51-point third quarter.
Shea able to shift DiVincenzo. The beauty goes down. Masterful from SGA.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead and promote it.
Oh, man! Gilgeous-Alexander, spring-loaded.
Wow.
Social media.
Not that time for Monk, who went in there in this first quarter. Stops, goes right back to work, and lays it up and in. Unfair business from SGA.
Average about 48 a game. My goodness.
Jake, nice hesitation, got inside, then scoops it up and spins it in.
Obviously, we want him to play within the system, but we know how great he can be even in year 17.
Julian Strother is in. That's a young player they're relying on as Shea Gilgeous-Alexander cans the deep one on the hardwood, and a dunk for Jokic after the three made by Jang. Tied at 23, that ended an 8-0 run. Gilgeous-Alexander is so crafty.
You got to know if you're Peyton Watson.
Class all the way. Holmgren throws it down out of the timeout. Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, what a feed! The finish by Wallace and the setup by SGA.
And this is what you're talking about, Candace. Under great control here. Stays on the floor. Staying on the floor also gives you an extra count. Had 8 blocks in a game here last year.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the fake. That's nasty. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
They want to look at themselves in the mirror. Another block.
Chet Holmgren, the long arm of the law. Oh, look out! That's a man's jam for Holmgren. The block and the smash. That tops your number of Tennessee references.
Yep. All the fans.
Jokic couldn't finish it. Porter forced to give it up. And knocked out of the hands of Jokic. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing the action for 2. Rising up above the rim. Another board for Jokic. Ahead for Gordon. Drive and kick to the other side of the floor. The hustle, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with the body control in the bucket.
Well, Brown just sort of watched it go into the back.
And this right here, you see SGA doesn't give up on the play.
Not at all. He goes full speed. Great finish. That's just great effort.
And we have a time.
His patent move going left. Quiet start to this game. Starting off to a quiet start offensively. There's another great anticipation play. That time from SGA. Loves to front those post passes. And Cason Wallace in transition with the left-handed hammer. Shea drives, scoops, and scores. Plus the foul on the other end of this break. Kobe White committing the foul. Thunder with the lead here.
I'm just.
No, I'm pulling the chair out.
You gonna pull it? Oh, don't do that.
I'm pulling the chair out.
Don't embarrass me on that, man. Come on. Oh, nice move by Shea. How about Zach LaVine losing the ball?
Well, he didn't want to go after the ball. Instead, the Thunder did. It was Wiggins, and there is SGA underneath.
Wheels are kind of coming off the bus right now. Shea goes up and dunks the basketball. Once again, never underestimate. Alex Caruso came up with that block from the weak side.
Shea stops, pump fakes, and scores.
He was 44% last season. Never afraid to shoot. Always got to be careful of him taking charges inside.
Shea, Daniels on him, tough fade away. What a shot from SGA.
Coming over to help out. Look at this. I mean, look at this, folks. He does a little step back, then he does a fadeaway.
So the Thunder finish out these final 3 minutes. In fact, Young got caught in the air. There's a turnover.
That's good defense by Caruso.
Oh, nice pass. It's quick from Young. He's used to those double teams. Now he sees it again. Has an open man. It's J-Dub. Goes right around the defense and puts it down.
And how about that pass was perfect.
Seen from Atlanta in years past. There is a swipe away by Caruso.
He's had 3 of those already.
Shea serves it up, and there's J.W. Well extended out of the perimeter. Shea feeling the pressure. Open man, it's Holmgren. Catch fire three. That's good. SGA yet again.
His last possession. Look at this. Jumps up. That's a high-level pass. Young players don't do that. You'll get in trouble. He's a pro. Gaining some momentum here.
A little stutter step to hesitation. SGA down the lane. Bisect in the middle. And a tough finish.
Daniels just really aggravating SGA out on the perimeter. Shot clock hits 3.
He'll pull up for the 3. Right over Daniels and knock it down.
First, second team foul.
He's not able to guard. Let me say that, folks. Shot clock winding down. He called it.
Again, possession deep in the shot clock. Good defense, Casey Wallace. He'll send it up to Shea. Got behind the defense. He'll put it down.
Casey Wallace picking the pocket of Trae Young on that play. This is the play before, man. He just picked the pocket. Called Trae Young. Was Casey Wallace just on Trae Young.
That's what the Thunder can do. They can just put waves of defenders at you. There's a swat out of bounds by SGA as the defense trying to pick up here in the fourth quarter.
This is energy right here. He just swipes it away off of a former teammate.
Young gave it up to Daniels. Reads Shea came over, got swatted by Holmgren. Ball pops out. Shea takes it away from Daniels. All the way to the other end to throw it down.
How about this, folks? I mean, just stingy. Active. This is one of the things we talked about, folks. That's one of the keys to the game.
Holmgren not committing the foul on that drive from Sohan. Dort got it going against Atlanta, and he still got it going. He had 4 threes on Sunday, and he buries that one.
You're never worried about anything with Lou Dort.
And Barnes, his first year in San Antonio. Holmgren, he'll fire away from downtown. Nothing but net for Chet Holmgren. 2 minutes on the clock.
Well, he's one of those players, he knows when to call his own number.
Oh, Shea didn't get it initially when he tried to jump the passing lane, so he tried it on the second effort. Gonna take a shot even though he had a ton of space below the free throw line. Collins all tied up, bodies flying. It's scraped up. SGA's by himself. He'll take it all the way to the corner and throw it down.
Just to start off any kind of rally that the Spurs are trying to muster up here.
And SGA on the run out. And the lead swells back up to 19. And it's a little too strong. Ayton, former #1 pick out of Arizona. As SGA, little stutter step, goes right by Avdia, goes for the reverse and shows the touch.
On that rebound. Little things like that, folks, keep the run going. And it just keeps you in rhythm.
Tough turnaround shot for SGA on the baseline, and he makes it look easy.
You see that smile starting to peek out more and more. He's a guy that is really coming into his own in his second year.
And so much about your rookie year is just acclamation. There's a pull-up 3 that SGA sticks.
In the game, and the Blazers made theirs a little bit later.
Thunder had back-to-back possessions that resulted in a turnover. Not this time. The hit ahead pass to SGA. 24 combined threes. Good anticipation. Caruso playing much taller. SGA spots up, passes up the 3. Inside it's Dort plus the foul.
And Ayton has stayed on the floor, the 7-footer for the Trailblazers the entire quarter.
And just has not been able to capitalize on the size advantage inside. Shea kept that pivot foot down, little up and under. Kimura couldn't do anything about it.
You know, just stay in the flow.
SGA and Chet Holmgren have come back in. A.J. Mitchell, Isaiah Joe on the floor first time. Tough step back shot.
He's got plenty of time left in this game.
Shea bounces off a couple of defenders and shows the touch, banking it home.
Clippers making him work for every bit of this and one. Takes the contact from Dunn and kisses it off the glass.
Boy, so he has come off the bench and immediately put a little jolt into things. Zubats. Oh, and the good anticipation. Caruso that time got the best. SGA finds an open shooter. It's Joe. Once again, no hesitation, and the result is the same as he's got himself another 3.
Here it is. You get the steal out front, create your own offense. Just give him a cup of Joe. Take a look at this, folks. It's nice and hot.
Dort got inside. 1 second. Shea's going to have to put it up right at the free throw line at the nail, and he still scores. Shea there on that loose ball. Trying to give him a little bit of space so that he can drive. Pulls up the free throw line, and Shea is just so good. That time he got it up over Powell. All right, something we'll keep an eye on. Nice strip on the other end. SGA. Dort cherry picking, and he's still down there, and he'll throw it down. Zubats, couple of body blows. Up and under, left hand, not that time. Denied by Holmgren on the release. SGA is going to score in transition. Led back out on the road tomorrow. But first, business here at Paycom Center. SGA with KCP on him. There is J-Dub, wasting no time. Right on mark, and he drills the three for the opening shot of the game.
Back right in front of the officials. How can you miss that? My goodness.
Holmgren pulls the trigger from deep, and there's another three for OKC.
Never wavers, and his approach remains consistent no matter what.
All right, thank you, Paris. Did in front of his college coach, Eric Musselman, who was sitting courtside in LA. There is Aaron Wiggins right out of the timeout.
Across his body on that play. They both took a spill, hard spill.
Shea up and under, kept the pivot foot down. Nice move.
How about this? Just patience. I think KCP's a pretty good defender. You know, he does.
Taze trying to keep him out of the lane, and SGA scoops it inside. Nifty move, cut through the defense.
Knife through. Just take a look at this, folks. One defender, two defender. He gets by the third one in KCP.
That's right between KCP and Suggs.
I mean, how about that, man?
Not providing a ton of resistance on there. You know, SGA got all kinds of options for things that you can do, but I don't think we've seen that one. What do you call that? Like a little cup?
Yeah, a little cup. Yeah, I'll go with that.
See the presence of Holmgren. Michael Porter Jr. did not want any part of that. There's some backside help by SGA. They block it away from Jokic. SGA goes one-on-one, left hand, high off the glass, not a problem. And he's got another deuce.
On the two-time MVP. Check this out, folks. He's surrounded by white shirts, and SGA gets the block and gets out in transition and calls his numbers. He knows what to do with that.
There is Dort. He'll kick it outside to SGA. And now he will go to the line. And they're going to say continuation, plus the foul.
He slipped and fell. He got up. He said, okay, I got my footing back. Then he bumps into him. And I give it to him.
12 points, 10 assists. And when you got Brown and Westbrook doing what they're doing, as SGA on the reverse, pretty move, spins it home.
SGA here showing you his skills for Michael Porter Jr. when he has to think with the basketball.
Oh, good anticipation. Dort stepped right in front of Jokic. How many times have we seen those turnovers? That time, Dort able to connect from downtown.
You know, once he gets that first step going, he's going all the way to the basket.
As SGA is going to go.
How about this little cool hand loop move to answer that and one by Westbrook on the other end.
OKC, you need points and you need them fast. SGA trying to get around Jokic, trying to get to the rim, takes a little bump, and got the two.
And box out. Kind of like the, just the old school, teach them how to box out. Well, that's a nice play that time. SGA drawing the attention and then throwing the line.
But it's going to stay on this end.
There's that platter you were talking about. I love that.
This team to get on the move. The Rockets get back. Now you got to run a little offense here. Thompson defending. Good defender on SGA. Trying to jab him. Trying to get that ball loose. Shea get the pivot foot down. And SGA wins that possession. Thompson was all over him. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's 9 out of 10 from the floor. Been able to do what he wants. Plays like this, little hesitation. Once again, pulls up. And he's just got Dylan Brooks on a string. Finishing it off on the other end. But SGA has had it going all night long. The razzle-dazzle, almost unstoppable. To get that ball inside, Isaiah Joe had the initial body on him. There's Joe on the cut. Can he hang in the air? Yes, he can. Finishes with the right hand.
Consistently for the Thunder. Got this double team out front.
Oh, it leads to Caruso.
SGA saw it coming from a mile away, even with the stunt. On the scoring department, but this time, look at that pass, setting up Caruso, who's really got his offense going tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? He's a smart player, Caruso. He just knows where to be. Like you've seen him in the first half, towing that three-point line. He's knocked down a couple of threes, but on this particular play, he said, look, the open spot is right there at that nail, that elbow.
How did he know that?
Good job of closing out on Steph Curry, man. He's one of those guys, he's got a quick trigger.
Boy, SGA's going to have his way, come through the lane. Curry can't slow him down, and he's got a chance for three.
Patience with the basketball. He's serving and looking it over. Nice little redirect with the dribble. They kind of had a double team on Curry, and he did a good job of getting rid of the ball to the right guy.
Melton, and he can't slow down SGA, who once again gets to the rack and scores.
Well, it's going to force the Warriors to extend their defense, which opens up those driving lanes and those attacks on the offensive glass.
This is the matchup you like. SGA driving on Stephen Curry.
Up and down. And a whole lot of this by SGA.
SGA again going to work, trying to get around Anderson. Dumps it off to the rookie Mitchell. Mitchell spotted up just inside the block. That time SGA unselfish. Every time he's come in there, he has shown that he belongs to be on the floor on both ends. Shea off balance and 1 foot gliding his way into that shot. He's got 13 points. He's the second leading scorer for OKC. Curry again, wiggling to the cut. That time, batted out of bounds. SGA.
He knew exactly what he was going to do on that play. He scored previously on that exact same move, except there wasn't a second defender down there as he punches it.
Payne the second, defending. Shea, step back shot. We got a 9-point game with over 5 minutes to go.
That's why there's always 2 halves to an NBA ball game.
They immediately go to Zubac. There is Jalen Williams. Got that hand in there. Knocked it free, forced the turnover on the break. Isaiah Jones going to clean it up, finish it off.
Derrick Jones Jr. had that loose change. That time Wiggins just took it from him. I mean, excuse me, J-Dub just poked it away from him.
There's Isaiah Jones. Nothing but nylon. So SGA fires it over to Kenrich. Wide open. Kenrich Williams gets into the scoring department. That's got to feel good.
That's a luxury in the NBA, a guy that can guard all 5 positions.
Shea turns off balance, takes the bump. What a move! Oh, SGA!
Like an NFL running back, it just dashed right to the basket before the weak side could get there. That's where Dunn got caught in no man's land.
Mike, look at the body bend. Turning the corner. And extend.
Just making him work for everything.
Speaking of work, and my goodness, SGA in the mid-range. And Mark Daigneault is going to call a timeout here. He wants a challenge. Shea maneuvering, nice pass underneath. There's Jalen Williams, flush it home. 2 shading over toward SGA. Cuts through a couple of defenders. How did he get that up? SGA slicing and dicing to the rim.
Here's the play right here. There it is, that contact to Harden on the drive.
And Harden's still down. And getting helped up from the training staff. As we come up on the 2-minute mark, it's a 1-score game, 3-point OKC lead. Shea, the step back shot. He's got 42. Offense here in the second half.
Look how far back Powell. And that's why you never sometimes play the stats of a team. Look how they're playing right now in this first quarter.
Turnover by DC. Not used to handling the basketball. Up ahead, Ousmane Dieng cutting right through the lane. Nice find, SGA for the deuce. SGA, little stutter step, wide open, it's Wiggins. Reps the cord from deep. Camped out the perfect spot. This has been a close first half. SGA, that time, bounces off of Murphy. They had some battles in the playoffs.
Got another turnover.
Shea, trying to make something happen. Bounces off of Boston, pulls up, a little contact. That's going to be an and one. Thrown back deep.
There's that one-on-one coverage. He kind of got in the seams of the defense. Again, he got around Brandon Ingram on that play.
Oh, and Boston just got introduced to SGA at the rim. 3-on-1. SGA is going to finish it off the window. Trying to decide what to do here. With Booker defending. Tough shot on the step back. SGA shot it right over the top. He drills it from deep.
Go get that rebound, too. He's going to take that. But some of the bigs are going to be on the floor tonight for the Suns.
Shea attacks, goes right by Nurkic. Left side, finishes with the right hand.
That's what we're talking about.
Got it right back. Now he's on the center, stops on the dime. That's automatic. SGA. You can't defend it.
Only one of few players in the history of the game has ever been an MVP of the finals. The other guy was Kawhi Leonard. This guy here, he is off the charts right now.
Phoenix got their best offensive quarter with 24, but just not enough to keep up with it. And Shea with 14 seconds left time. Oh, fires it inside. How about A.J. Mitchell? It's not a big man. It's the shortest guy on the floor, who's now got 24. Don't forget about the no-look pass to the rookie. As SGA makes his move on Gafford, gets inside and did a great job of using the rim to negate the shot block ability of Gafford, and SGA able to spin it home.
And now Gafford, just a nice little lean in to avoid the shot blocking.
Now makes his move at 5. Spins away, cuts down the lane, switches hands. Pretty finish with the left.
Oh, come on, man. Take a look at this, folks. To end the quarter, SGA slicing, dicing, a little whirling and twirling, and a reverse layup as the Thunder gets the last laugh on the offensive end.
Dort's been feeling good from the outside, too. Team high. Plus 23 versus Phoenix. Nice pass. SGA found the dive, and all of a sudden it's Dylan Jones. He'll be in Los Angeles for Thanksgiving. Shea goes right up to the cup. Don't see that very often. He had some space in the red for the flush.
Well, you know, he's a good passer, and the Mavericks know that. He kind of had a really slow, deliberate dribble.
And SGA comes over, swipes it away from Lively and trying to put it down.
Well, I'll tell you, that's what that 6'11" wingspan will do for you. And all of a sudden, you know, the momentum starts to shift a little bit. How about this on the 7-footer, point blank? My goodness.
Keeping that ball moving. It's a little zone here from Dallas. Shea inside, takes a little bump, then he spins it home.
Take a look at this. Right there, he just snipes right through. And Gafford is going. You did a tough angle on the finish. Shea should have laid this up on the right side. And Gafford, that's where he was. He covered the right side.
Thunder been able to get points here in the third quarter. They got 27 points. This end has been the problem. There is the steal. Dylan Jones lobs it up, and J-Dub over the top.
Did I just see what I saw? The rookie picking up the ball, going coast to coast. How about that poke away by Shea? Led the NBA in steals a season ago. And there's that play by Dylan Jones. Doing a nice little lob over to J-Dub, man.
See if the Thunder can get off a clean look here. Quickly, Shea, Marshall defending. Marshall falls, Shea open, and he switches home the 3 to make it a one-possession game. This is a 3. This is exactly what we were talking about, Mike. The outcome of a three-point shot to cut that 6-point Dallas lead in half.
Yeah.
Week 1 of the NBA season, he said he was so excited for Champagny and what he could mean, and he has not disappointed. Gilgeous-Alexander, what great footwork, and got the separation needed for the deuce. It's Champagny looking for Collins, knocked away. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Wallace the other way. On the wing, Wiggins 3.
This is where they beat you, right?
And the 11-3 Thunder the other way with Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll dance on Champagny. Jab stepping, faking, leans, goes up and down. Dylan Jones has just checked back in the game, taking the place of Jalen Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander stops, starts, spins, fires. Good!
Okay, someone's starting to warm up here. Back-to-back buckets here.
Number 2.
What a spin move here. CP3 and then Collins.
Gilgeous-Alexander penetrates. Back out to Dort. His triple. Good!
SGA. Defended by Sharp. Gave that little lead, then goes last. Nice touch. And there's a near finish at the rim. Just a little too strong on the finger roll. Shea steps in. He's able to intercept the pass. And then he just lowers the defense. And a hard one on Sharp. Nice pass inside. Kenrich on the reverse. Boy, Caruso.
Shaden Sharp.
That was a position of trying to create something. Shea got around Kamara, plus the foul. He's going to the line.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's so crafty with the basketball. My goodness. That's the end of the play. There's the contact and the foul. And this is a lonely trip to the free throw line.
Outside shot clock did not reset. Kamara, hip to hip, and looked like SGA might have come over and got a piece.
The Thunder have been just spot on these types of plays. There's a shot block by Shea. Ball's on the floor. Just perfect timing.
That one rims out as Dort puts his head down, hard charging. And Wiggins will fire up a 3 and knock it down. 10 in the three-point shooting category last night against Brooklyn. As Shea tied up inside, dumps it off. Hartenstein loves that floater, and that time he uses the left hand. Shea off the catch. And it's tapped out by Dort for a reset 14. Hartenstein loves that handoff right back to SGA. Take 2 that time. He'll splash it home. Sacramento team that over the years has really struggled defensively. That has been their biggest soft spot, and SGA once again dials one up from deep. Sacramento shooting 60% from the field. My goodness. It's a one-point game. Shea, mid-range. He'll shoot right over the top of Ellis, take a bump, and now he's going to the line. He was 41% as a rookie, but he's struggled mightily. Wiggins, dunker spot, and he finishes it home with a left-handed reverse. Under 2 minutes here in the first half. Shea leans in with the scoop, and it bounces home. This means that these two teams exchanging buckets so far. There's a defensive play. A block initially. Monk with 3 seconds. Does he realize it? Faces up on the rim, airballs the 3. In what should be and is. And OKC can run a little offense here. This is what they were doing with Hartenstein. They got it right back. How about the extra pass? But now Shea's got to make something happen. 1 second. He'll fire it up from 3 and beat the shot clock. From distance?
I know what that feels like sometimes.
Oh, okay.
On the glass, though. When I get like 8 rebounds in a row.
Oh, tough take, SGA.
Good job by Kenrich, not just standing out there watching that paint dry, even though he was guarding Fox on that play.
Shea, nice spin move, and the finger roll. Particularly here in the second half. Now they're down to 29% from 3 in the game. On the other end, SGA.
Hartenstein signing a 3-year, $87 million deal. Coming over from the New York Knicks in free agency. Man, that's jelly at the rim by SGA. What a move.
SGA, here we go. Look, this is what he's so good at. That looks easy, Mark.
Gonna try and walk down SGA, and they turn the Warriors over again. Dort's back out top. Gilgeous-Alexander working on Waters. A little light work for SGA.
This guy, Mark, just the ability, the ways he can score from so many different places.
And just to remind you guys, he said take care of the ball. That's something that they haven't done the last 3 possessions.
Yeah, the Thunder have turned them over, Angel, 4 times. Hartenstein with a nice slam.
You cannot win at the highest level without a great defense. And that's why this Thunder team, the team the Warriors are playing, is they're tops in the league. And the Warriors are currently 4th. So
Gilgeous-Alexander, Hield picks him up on the switch. Goes tween, pulls it back. Man, he's doing drills out here in the first quarter.
Next time I see an Uber Eats guy, I might have to scout him a little bit.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Kuminga trying to put some straps on him here. It doesn't matter sometimes. SGA on a heater, up to 18 for the game. With a minute to go here in the third. Kuminga with the in and out dribble. Looney inside, had it knocked away. 8:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Isaiah Joe. Gilgeous-Alexander off the pin down. Hartenstein with the flush. Looney on SGA in transition. Gilgeous-Alexander finally breaks onto that mini shooting slump. Wiggins on the wing. We'll see what Golden State runs to get a good look here. Wiggins tween cross. Spins. Got it back. Under 2 minutes to go. Wiggins providing the point of attack defense. Podziemski switches on to SGA. Sidestep three. Got it! A potential dagger. A 4-point lead with 1:25 to go. He's got 32.
That was great defense, too. That's just better off.
Got to be careful driving on Anthony Davis. 3-time shot blocking champ. SGA leans into that left-handed layup. What a move.
Getting turnovers and getting in transition. And getting those transition buckets.
There's another turnover. Took it right away from Reeves. Might be the easiest layup all season for SGA. He's found a home with Los Angeles after coming over from Washington. SGA, there's the lollipop that Mike was looking for, and he finishes it off beautifully. He's going to be able to take a breather, but that is up there for one of the blocks of the year.
Man, that was beautiful.
As Dort off the catch.
Defensively, on just one possession, Hartenstein had briefly left the floor. Now he's back on the floor for the Thunder. Back on the bench, excuse me, folks.
Oh, there was a... As LeBron is going to defend SGA. There's a turnaround shot that time. SGA got it to go with LeBron defending. As the Lakers love to match Reddish on SGA. Nice cut baseline. That is a perfect play against that Lakers defense, and it's right in the playbook of OKC. Foul. And all those cuts and all the cuts that are in the Thunder playbook, Wiggins...
5 free throw attempts, 9 points.
Joe off that flare screen. The tap out, SGA, space, way behind the three-point line, and he drops it in. Thanksgiving sanction.
No, absolutely, man. This is Black Friday. This starts, wow, how about that steal that time by Shea? And literally force him to put the ball on the floor. He's that good of a shooter.
Too comfortable right now. Shea sidesteps his way to the cup, takes a bump, now he's going to the line.
And Alexander, man, look at this right here. A little Euro step, took the contact from Reeves and still finished.
What's going on here? All of a sudden, this game has opened up.
Yeah, it's really starting to, you can feel the pulse.
SGA with Davis looming, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Shea, he'll pull and drill the three. Big shot for SGA.
Man, that's like that. And you see a lot of guys sometimes getting upset. I go, okay, you'll calm down in a second because, you know, at least it's very consistent.
Certain calls you might not be getting. There's an off-balance drive from SGA. Trying to get a good shot. There's off the catch. That's a good shot as SGA drains it from deep.
That's just terrific ball movement, too. I'll give the rookie credit on that. He had a shot.
The Thunder really need offense. He's OKC's leading scorer so far in the first half. There's 6 quick points coming from the three-point line. Shea backs it up with a three of his own.
Well, he had picked up his dribble, which is the cardinal sin in that painted area.
Oh, Shea right with Şengün on him. Finishes with the left hand on the reverse.
Another guy who likes to be physical in Şengün. Look at all the attention that Shea gets.
Still finds just enough daylight and a crease to get to the cup and scores. Well, Mark Tagnall said after the Lakers game that there's just a certain comfort level. Nice dive there by Hartenstein. SGA gives it up. Wiggins high off the window. Double-digit lead, so we start the third. Green bouncing off of bodies, and the ball pops out.
Good job getting him at the point of attack. Shea ties his ball game up with the first bucket in this third. And Green averages just under 20. They've been quiet and silent so far. And Fred VanVleet has been the guy that stepped up.
Shea gave it up. Hartenstein's got 2 more. And J-Dub just enough there to regain possession. Shea, little jab step 3, and he buries it from deep.
Wow. And that's all because the Thunder is on back-to-back possessions.
Don't want to foul Van Vliet. Got a hard closeout. Shea with the strip. Can he beat Van Vliet down the other end? Yes, he can. Up and down.
For smaller guys.
First shot of the game. That's a 3 from George. That rims out. J-Dub on the run. Trying to get out. Pushes it up and misuses his muscle to score it up over Sexton.
For a second-year player, he doesn't play with any fear. He's not afraid to take the shot. That's one thing that stood out in the Dallas series.
You always play, according to what they're capable of doing. And that's certainly, this is a scoring team, but they also give up a lot of points too. And Shea gets on the scoreboard with his first 2.
This is about as pure as it's going to get.
Just does a great job of getting away from the defense.
And some big threes. Is that pass through the hands? Picked off, toward up ahead. Lost it momentarily, but Casey Wallace goes over the top of Juzang.
Well, we talked about the Thunder being able to get out in transition and mounting up those transition points. But I'll tell you one thing, folks, it doesn't get any better than that. Barely hung on to that pass. And how was he able to throw it back right into the hands of the cutting Cason Wallace?
As Shea keeping that dribble going. Oh, what a pass inside. Cason Wallace, the slip. Nobody saw it coming.
And another key for the Thunder is moving the basketball. As this is like a laser pass right by Marketed. As Cason Wallace said, thank you very much. You talk about dropping a sweet dime.
There's the steal. SGA got fouled on his way to the cup. Still able to finish. Right hand.
A lot of times teams just kind of threw it up.
Oh, Collins trying to send it down to Kessler. It got deflected.
Turnover number 19.
Oh, he busted up a lob too as well. How about Shea with the 7-footer trying to guard him?
Final shot of the first half. Shea got it up over the 7-footer.
Oh, that's tough to do, man, I tell you.
J-Dub, the kick, catch fire 3.
That's exactly what you want from Marketed, who's had some big games against OKC over the last couple of years. Shea, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Utah can't do anything about it.
It's so nice, you got to see it twice. Take a look at this, folks. There's a whole lot of movement on this play. As he was shaking and baking, did a little crossover, a little redirect. And how about they're showing him the candy.
There's a deflection. SGA once again stepping into the passing lane. There's the floater. Sets it up. J-Dub elevates him. Detonates at the rim.
I'll tell you, this has been the labor of love tonight for the Thunder. Just forcing the Jazz to cough up the basketball. And he's a star in this league, no doubt about it.
All-Star in 2023. Shea. Oh my goodness. Yet again.
Here in the third.
How about this?
Hard drive. A little bit of speed there, but a missed layup.
Like that. Alexander may have had a lot to do with that.
Very versatile, physical, big bodies. As Shea right over the top of his fellow countryman and R.J. Barrett. Shea puts it on the deck, pulls up, and he's going to get the friendly home bounce. Dick missed a bunch of time. In fact, the last 5 games with a calf injury. Shea fading away out of bounds, bouncing off of a defender. It still shows the touch.
I'm not sure, but take a look at this, folks. He gets by Barnes out front and just fades.
Abaji. Dick looking for another 3, way short, and the Thunder can counter. Shea put his head down, going right at Barnes, and he's going to score with the left hand. So Mobo able to finish, as Shea attacking Barrett's going to bank it in, takes a little contact, and he's going to the line for a 3-point play.
Get out quickly and you can't set up your defense. You got one-on-one coverage.
Alex Caruso pick up in the offseason for Josh Giddey, involving the Australian in Chicago.
To a team that gives up the most free throws and fouls.
Shea once again. Oh, the line drive shot in the mid-range. Barnes rumbling, fumbled it. Time here, SGA trying to push. Got it up to J-Dub. J-Dub will get the bounce off the backboard. And that is a microcosm of this first half.
I'm glad you pointed that out, too, because he's had a lot of plays like that where he's kept the basketball alive and his teammates have gone and gotten it. And Shea will knock down his first 3 of the night. He is just continues to pour it in with those 27 points. 6 feet out and glide in and dunk the basketball.
Don't worry, not many people can, is what made him special. Leonard trying to cap this off in the third, and will in transition. This New Orleans team looks so different than it did earlier this season. Just so much unfortunate injury. Look, there's a nice take. SGA getting right to the cup. First points of the game.
A couple of baskets, and now you're starting to disrupt those passes, which the Thunder have been so good at. And once again, Shea on the opposite side of the basket, making it look easy.
So it's McCollum defending Wallace, as SGA again had to step on Murray. He's got another basket right at the rim.
That's the third layup by the Thunder.
There's a deflection, a turnover, as Wallace leans in, and he's going to score in transition off the turnover. Couldn't snag that rebound, so the Pelicans quickly back. It's Jones. And Jones fumbled that, trying to pass it out to McCollum. Shea, he'll step into the 3 and bury it from deep.
Shooting 20% so far.
And on 5 turnovers, and that's why OKC's got a 15-2 lead right out of the blocks. That time it's Hartenstein. Look at the harassing defense there on Murray. Couldn't get the shot off, couldn't get the pass off, ends up turning it over. Turnover number 6. It's 3-on-2 as SGA sets it up beautifully for Jalen Williams on the alley-oop. OKC defense popping here in the first quarter. Suffocating at times, tough to finish. Understanding personnel, knowing what he's supposed to do, and that's just familiarity with experience. Shea's got experience attacking. He goes right at Boston, just inserted into the game, and he's got 2 more. As SGA gliding across midcourt, steps inside yet again as he goes up on Murphy, and SGA right now having his way.
We talk about those points in the paint. These are plays here, folks. Putting a little English on it.
Having a career year so far, 17.5 points. Shea having his way here in the first quarter yet again. Ending New Orleans season each of the last 2 years. Shea, outlet, Caruso, catch fire 3, that is good. Smothering defense on Doncic, and Wallace, who's racking up the blocks on the road trip, does it again. As SGA floats locking in over the outstretched arm of Lively. Can get it up just about over everybody. Kyrie no good that time. Shea, step back shot. SGA buries one from deep, right over Klay Thompson. And Shea trying to manipulate the defense. He'll send it over to Dort. Dort again from the outside. This time he gets the 3-ball to drop.
In transition by the Mavericks.
Shea, 3-point shot. That time SGA buries it from deep. Best in the Western Conference. Dort got it going early. Backing down Dort. Tough fadeaway shot. No.
Wow. How about Lou Dort forcing him to fade away from contact?
Speaking of a fadeaway.
Excellent by Shea to be able to spend time on his off day to make some kids very happy. And that's going to make Shea very happy. We're sitting at 29 points off turnovers. Put that in perspective, the Mavericks just 7.
SGA, he's had it going in the mid-range all night long. That one from 18 feet. Doncic, Caruso defending. Across the lane, trying to kick it out to Marshall. Marshall stripped. SGA's got it as he scrapes it up off the floor. He's been able to make plays off the dribble for Dallas. Doncic on the cut.
And the Thunder defense yet again sniffs out that alley-oop. So much firepower, though, with this Dallas offense. Marshall stripped by SGA. Had it taken away. A man rush. Caruso sets it up. From SGA. The defense was going to be the key tonight. Leads. Shea. Thompson on him. Kept the pivot foot down. Turns away.
Even one of these teams you would call great three-point shooting teams. Green lost the handle on the turnover. Gilgeous-Alexander gets past and a foul called. There's the double team. And thrown away. Another turnover recently. Pass inside, poked away again. That's already 3 turnovers for the Rockets. Gilgeous-Alexander drives and is fouled.
So those rebounds are you have to gang rebound.
Inside, shot is good. Gilgeous-Alexander did not have a lot of room. That's his first field goal. The team starting off slowly from outside. A 5-point Rockets lead. Kenrich Williams, and he comes back and nails it. Look at this, back-to-back threes. We're on a roll. Hartenstein into Dort. By the way, the Rockets bench. We're at 25 points. Count it, and a foul.
Blitzes the doubles. He's accustomed to it. He's going to keep playing. So he gets an empty side. He knows he's got to beat 2.
Frustration continues. This guy, one of the terrific young talents in the league, who's been playing great basketball, as Gilgeous-Alexander connects. Now he's got 14 points.
Combine the drive ability at that size with that kind of shooting. Look out.
Thompson lost it. Gilgeous-Alexander, good physical defense there. Green launches in and out. Gilgeous-Alexander down the other end. Falling away, shot is good. And he has come alive. It's been a struggle most of the night. Oh, nice crossover, goes inside, out to Williams. Williams a 3. Gets the bounce and goes through.
So many subtle things Isaiah Hartenstein has done this evening. His willingness to screen, to flip the screen, to keep moving. It's subtle, but it's impactful. Shea then gets the angle turned, and then look at that. I mean, he's just anticipating the screen because he knows how good Hartenstein is. And then Shea, the ability to see that pass, that downhill at that speed.
Smith on Gilgeous-Alexander. Beautiful pass. And Hartenstein with the stuff.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, just the left hand. You see a little English on it too. That's a difficult pass.
It is impressive. There goes Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got the tall Anthony Black on him. At 6'7", matching up against the 6'6" Gilgeous-Alexander, and forces him into a tough shot, and he makes it anyways.
Isaac was able to score, and SGA, great patience, ball fake, able to try to make that home run pass. It'll make you pay.
Anthony turns it over again. Back-to-back possessions. No-look pass. Williams finishes as Gilgeous-Alexander. Now he's got the switch. Pulls Batadze out. What's he going to do? Drives it, stops it, shot fake. Oh, wow. So silky by Gilgeous-Alexander. To the night thus far, and Gilgeous-Alexander putting together a few of them.
And this right here is like he's dancing right there. Great footwork, little Fred Astaire action, taking advantage of Goga.
Oh, man.
I thought actually Goga did a good job.
Chance at the last shot. Thunder, a dominant second quarter. Cason Wallace, little float game is true.
Post-up drive, shooting the 3-ball more this year.
Unforced error, but Batadze wasn't looking. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. Down it goes, Wiggins. And the Thunder now starting to pull away.
Great innovator. He's been with this Miami team for 17 years. And Shea, between a couple of defenders, just flails it up and it drops in.
Do not try this at home. You may not have these results. Look at this, man. He got hit, almost like he bounced off one guy, went into the other guy, and just fell backwards and threw it up. They're going to set up that zone defense. They don't have a big man. Thunder once again with another steal. Wide open look for Shea as he just says, my goodness.
And finally culminating in the turnover.
Well, they're so aggressive, and they're all tied together on a string. that they literally make you not want to pass the basketball. And Shea is going to get a tough.
It was a horse play.
Well, let me see it again.
Or this one.
Let me take a look at this. Look at that, man. Just a crossover. Good defense by Jaime Jaquez.
He knew that one was going in.
Kind of stepped back as he shot it, didn't he?
He was going the other direction. He said that one's going down. Don't worry. The love up top. That one's going down too by Hartenstein.
You couldn't have scripted that any better, man. He hits a boom, and they call timeout.
Don't forget about the booms, man. Don't forget about Shea's defense. That time it was the defense on the rookie, and right now he is abusing Carrington.
Champagny, guarding SGA.
Tough drive and finish. I mean, that is just rhythm. Some people just have an extra butt on their remote control, and SGA is one of them. Look at that. Oh, man. Just the perfect touch. And English right off the glass. Look at that.
SGA had a pair of 30-pointers in that.
4-point lead, though, here. Carrington denied the drive by SGA, then it gets saved by Kenrich. He has had some impressive makes here in this first half. Shea back to the line, switches hands, left hand, counted in a foul.
I'm not just throwing it up there, Mr. Cage, like you think I am. I've done this many times because I'm a professional scorer. I'm not sure who that was called on, both top and...
As Nembhard has returned, you got the mismatch here, going to need a little help inside. Great defense for rookie Mitchell, came from the backside to jar it free. Shea right back to Kenrich, and it leads to the 2 on the other end.
I love it when guards come down and help me out like that because, you know what, that's a tough spot when they throw it over the top. There's no way you can recover unless you got an A.J. Mitchell coming down. And then you get out in transition. We talked about the transition points. Those numbers are starting to look pretty nice, helping the Thunder out. And that is just beautiful. That's something you practice, but you have to practice it without fouling guys.
Because that's the key. 4,000 points now for Dort on that layup. Nembhard telegraphed the pass. SGA able to pick it off. Another cut. Jalen Williams, and it looked like Turner might have got a piece.
And they do a great job. And kind of stole that from him.
SGA, nice drive, breaking down the defense, and Hartenstein able to lay it up and in. And Curry draws the offensive foul as we take a look at the first couple buckets.
Yeah, how about that? Just good ball.
At just under 43%. That backs up the
you can see why those, those three statistics are connected. How about the eagle-eye pass by Shea?
Shea negotiating inside, and that one drops in. Another opportunity for a three-point play.
Great job just hitting it right in the body. Right there, folks. And there's that swipe on the arm. It's one way to get that shot blocker off that mountain. Just hit him.
And the Thunder got a double-digit lead here early in the third. Micic stripped on the backside. SGA jarred it free. Mitchell trying to push J-Dub yet again. This time blows right by the defense for the stuff.
If you want to see a track meet, he's not in your picture, but he's coming, folks. Right down Main Street.
Shea Will has come off the bench. Played really well. Shea's going to lean into it, takes a little bump, and another trip to the line on an and one.
Informed about the and ones. And look at this here. This is a repost, actually, folks.
And OKC will have to reset. As Shea in the post, shot clock. SGA falling out of bounds.
Take a look at this, folks. I mean, what? He's behind the backboard.
That was a beauty. And then Pippen Jr. ran right into Wallace for the turnover. Wiggins down the lane. The finger roll is good. Huff dribbled right into the turnover. More ball pressure that time from Dort. Kenrich right back. SGA, he'll finish off the transition dunk.
As he just, how about this right here? I mean, just big guy trying to dribble against Lou Dort. You know that's going to be a problem. Because, man, he's a pit bull on defense and leads to another turnover and transition opportunity for the Thunder. As they get out in transition. That's coming off that corner three by Kenrich Williams, forcing the Grizzlies to call another timeout.
And how about Hartenstein keeping the pass ahead of the defense?
He's got 5 assists in this game, and that's now 11 assists for Isaiah Hartenstein in the last 2 games. What a closeout from SGA.
What you want to do on the three-point shooters for the Grizzlies? Get out there quickly. They shoot over 40%.
Gives the clock a check as he crosses the timeline at 3. Makes his move on Kennard. Off balance. Terry Browns into the scoop.
You think he's going to step back for a 3. He goes all the way to the bucket and does a flat-footed layup.
Well, Minnesota is not going to give you much when they play defense. SGA slithers his way inside for the scoop off the glass.
Wow, he did it to 3 guys. To catch the Timberwolves defense, watching the paint dry.
So much pressure out of the perimeter. The attention to Edwards as Randall had it poked away. J-Dub finally comes up with a steal. Trying to create the odd man rush up ahead. It's SGA on the jam. And OKC finally able to get out of the run.
Did you see that? Okay, there's the first one. There's a second one. And he says the third time, I got it. And he just puts it in the bag and hands it off to a stick. But since then, it's been a struggle.
Thunder able to take the lead with SGA on the bench. Now he's back in. Going to work on Reed. Hesitation. All the way to the cup. Plus the foul.
I can guard him. I know he's ice cold. Man, this here is cold-blooded. I mean, how many times he's going to squeeze away from him? Oh, man, that's not right, man. I'll tell you. 20 points off turnovers already.
Edwards working hard. Telegraphed the pass. It got picked off. SGA sidestep, got caught in the air. Dort, top of the key 3. Oh, yeah!
Now, that cross-court pass, Anthony Edwards was making that in the first half. Done a good job of adjusting to that. As Lou Dort, a 41-point third quarter.
Shea able to shut DiVincenzo. The beauty goes down. Masterful from SGA.
And it's showing up on the scoreboard as they go to the 4th.
Shea lobbing. J-Dub caught it. Got it right back. Catch fire 3. That is good. SGA. He's got 40 in the game. Hartenstein. This is where he's dangerous. Already had one pass to SGA. That's another one. It's going to count as an and 1. SGA plays through the contact.
How about this? Really didn't have control of that. Just kind of threw it up there.
5 different 10-day contracts to keep his career alive. Nice cut. Wiggins on the back door. Got a little birthday present from SGA.
Oh, how about that?
And SGA making sure he sends the birthday. Got that screen from Jay Will, gave it right back to him. He shows a little touch in the mid-range. Nice pass from SGA. Most of those coming in the second half. Shea sizing up Coffee. Straight away 3. Got it beyond the outstretched arm of Coffee.
There wasn't a whole lot of pace in that first half. There's a whole lot of pace right now in the top part of this quarter. And once again, they just continue to turn over.
And the Knicks get on the board. Bridges guarding Gilgeous-Alexander to start, flips it up with the left hand. He's got a lot of magical shots in his bag. Dort chased off the line. There's Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander fakes, drives, that soft left hand off the glass. He's still 3 by 2, just past the midway point of the first. Josh Hart now on Gilgeous-Alexander. Leans in, jumper's good.
It's 1 for 6 from downtown to start this game. A little cold.
Gilgeous-Alexander draws the foul, count it, and 1. Karl-Anthony Towns picks up his first.
Ability to get to the basket, but also just keep his balance to finish. The N1 is the impressive part of it because he's running into a guy who's 260, 270.
Shea again, dumps it off. Wiggins, he'll scoop it up and in.
Bridges, Brunson, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns, the usual starting 5. Brunson gets inside. Ball got knocked out of his hands. Knicks have done a solid job not turning it over too much.
They're not going to pass up an open 3, and they're not going to pass up pretty much a contested 3.
Shea right down the lane, going through that Boston
on defense gives us our first points of the day. Good steal. Jaylen Brown prone to turnovers. Shea, the speed all the way to the cup. Had the step on Tatum. Counted in a foul.
He just pours it on. He doesn't really, he stays low on this. He takes a little bump and still has the presence of mind to put it in the basket.
Big production here in the first half. This game very much resembling the game against New York. SGA is going to get bumped. He got clipped on the arm. He hits the deck.
Just probing the defense once again with the basketball. And then there's that hit on the arm, the wrist by Brown.
Here's the pressure there of Holiday trying to get rid of the ball. Shea again. Stops. SGA from downtown. Shows his aerial assault.
You've seen him make nice moves to the bucket. What's left? Oh, that's not left anymore. The little between Lou Dort and Jaylen Brown. They both wrestled each other out of the picture.
Tough shot. SGA drills the step back three.
How about this? Stepping up at the right time. He's done this all season, folks. Averages over 30 a game.
Wallace has got to get it in.
That's team foul number 3 for the Celtics. Keep an eye on that.
Shea matched up here with Horford. Help defense came over in Holiday. He gives it up. Someone's going to have to shoot it. J-Dub, 1 second on the shot clock. And it's White. The hit ahead to Tatum. Caught it in stride. Tatum rejected. SGA caught him at the rim and swatted it away. 5 on 4. Hartenstein over the top.
Wow. How's that not a foul? Wow, because he got hammered. He got hammered on that play.
Hartenstein not appreciating the late contact. Well, you just couldn't hear it in this building.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. Come on, Shea. What else can you do, man? Here's his lob right here. As he caught the ball and White went underneath him. He's not a three-point shooter, hasn't made one all season, but he does such a good job of getting there.
Shea, how about that nifty move?
I mean, take a look at this, folks. Allen is waiting on him. He can't go in against the big front lineup. Just kicked it right back out to Wallace. That's an old school move done by a new school player. Money.
Cut off by Strus, but he always keeps that dribble alive. He never closes off his options. Tough fadeaway. SGA bounces off of Strus and then shows the touch. This is where Shea is always under control.
Just beautiful. Beautiful move. Good job reading that bounce well, too.
Shea, backdoor, nice pass. Hartenstein.
The assist rate of these two ball clubs so far. Take a look at this. Jared Allen got caught just for a second looking at Isaiah Hartenstein, and Shea just...
Back-to-back turnovers. Garland gives it right back. Joe wants to send it up the floor to SGA, who's cherry-picking. He bangs off of Mobley, and he's going to put it down. Shea sees a seam, takes the bump from Hart, countered and a foul.
And that's what you got to do. We talked about fast break. Kind of transition. The Knicks can't set it up as a team that would like to go out to their missed shot. Well, how about that? My goodness. That's why he's an MVP, not just an all-star. He's an MVP. He's just playing, clipped him just enough, Bridges, to allow Shea to get that shot going.
Here's a poke away. Isaiah Joe left to himself, and Isaiah Joe with 2 hands in the stuff.
We talked about, just keeping the game fast and not allowing the Knicks to set up a defense. In a perfect world, this is what you want. You're trying to climb up that hill.
Here's another turnover. Nice deflection. SGA stampeding ahead. Dumps it off. Jalen Williams, and that one's going to block in.
Somebody out front, and you get those easy buckets. These are deflating moments, for an opponent where you can not allow them. That pass didn't have a whole lot of pace on it.
Shea pulls up and nails it from 3.
That's why he's an MVP candidate.
Bem de conta, né? Mais uma vez a defesa funcionando, né? Vai terminar, não vai dar tempo, Shea. Vai dar tempo, deu tempo. Deu tempo, sim, senhor.
That's a lot of work for a young coach like him.
SGA going to work on Carrington, just backing him down.
It's like that. Take a look at this, folks. He's got a free throw when we come back.
In the NBA, the versatility on the defensive end.
And you hear that consistently from his peers. How about that? SGA. They made that skip pass. Thunder have gotten out to those shooters quick.
And more free throws coming up for SGA. Make it a free throw.
Oh, he's just a tough cover. Crispin is doing the best he can. I mean, there's that hole.
Correction, no basket.
Well, they're going to wipe away the and one. They're going to say this was on the deck.
Wow, I thought he was in his.
Everybody at some point is going to need it. That's the thing, too. There's that fadeaway. SGA on the baseline. Here for Philly, getting a one-year deal. The Thunder, in terms of SGA, and Dort know him well from his time with France basketball. There's a nice play, setting it up. Just continues to play that Cason Wallace defense. SGA maneuvering from behind the backboard. He has had a series of those, a couple on this road trip. Off the switch. Wants to go to work on Council. Wide open shooter, it's Dort from the outside, and Lou Dort with a layup line three.
Either call his own number or call someone else's number. This time with Lou Dort with the trifecta.
That would have made him 3 for 3 from deep. And there is SGA getting his paws up there with the deflection. J-Dub trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Sends it up the floor, and SGA.
This is not Groundhog Day. This is just a different play. That time tiptoeing through the tulips was. Dort appears to be okay, but how about SGA, man? Just coming over the top. Almost like a defensive back in football. It goes coast to coast.
Carlson credited with the steal there. Gilgeous-Alexander with Niang on him, shakes and bakes and sticks the landing on a jumper. 4.5 to go on the first. Gilgeous-Alexander has 6 on the board. Takes a peek, backs his way in. Now the fadeaway is true. Special.
The turnover, and then shows the post up. SGA with 8 points in 8 minutes.
The Thunder lead the NBA in steals and opponents' turnovers as SGA drives and lays it in.
And SGA right here knows he has the mismatch against Strus. The help is a little bit late.
NBAcares.com. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander and 1 coming out of that timeout. To 26, but this bucket by Gilgeous-Alexander stops an 8-0 Cleveland run.
And the previous possession for SGA.
Best record in the West. They've won 3 straight since their loss in Cleveland. And another Cleveland turnover. LeVert is down. Here goes Wiggins, and he lays it in. It is not too early to promote our second game of the doubleheader tonight. The Rockets in Sacramento.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead and promote it.
Oh, man! Gilgeous-Alexander, spring-loaded.
Wow.
What a highlight. The best of the night from SGA. Pow! Doing it all tonight. 30 points for Gilgeous.
Isaiah Joe, man, he's serving up a hot cup of Joe.
Shea, nice spin move, went right around Clowney, and then elevates up for that jam. As the Thunder grow the lead in SGA. Now they get the 3 from Clowney. As Shea going right through defenders, hands in the air, that left-handed finish is a beauty. Nice touch by OKC, and this is what Shea Gilgeous-Alexander can do. It doesn't matter how many defenders.
Another steal. Thunder on the run. Bounce, Chang, finish.
Sharp inside, but turnovers, those are going to be the biggest issues there. And you saw 3 black jerseys swarming around, quick on the push out.
And they're knocking down shots.
And another steal, swarming defense. SGA setting it up. Ousmane Dieng will finish it off with the power punch.
How about Shea picking up that loose change off the floor? He's always got that Doppler radar going, partner. You can just see it just going around, and every now and then a player will light up. The organizational, philosophy closely connected with the coaching staff. Well, how about that, man? Come on, Shea, what are you doing, man? Take a look at this, folks. Come on. He bounce passed it with one hand.
And Shea sprinting up the floor. Trying to back down the rookie. Isaiah Collier. Tough step back shot, and that is SGA's sweet stroke. Shea still trying to run a little bit of clock. Filipowski picks him up. One-footed shot. It's a tough one, and Shea makes it look easy. Identical spot right there on the sideline, right side. Cut from Shea. Kick out Dort. That three is good. Was waiting down on the other end, on the offensive end. Shea spinning, got fouled by the high look, and flips it up and in with a little scoop. He's going to the line for a three-point play.
Defense. This is the end result there. There's the reach in by Mihailuk, former Thunder player as well. Words to describe. That's close to 5 seconds.
That is going to be a Utah turnover. The hit ahead, and Shea caps it off.
He's got 52 points, folks, and counting.
But clearly, a larger role without Doncic, and it's SGA that time in the dunker slot. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that's just great. Interchangeable parts with these guys on the floor right now. Thunder playing.
Free throw line for P.J. Washington.
You're loving this because this is what you got to do with Dallas. They're going to always help out initially.
Grimes guarding. Shea didn't get the double. Instead, goes right to the rack. Banks it home right ahead of the clock.
They'll score some points and get it down to single digits that you just talked about, partner.
So after that third quarter, the Thunder go to the fourth quarter. It's still a single-digit game, just down by 8. Now they can look ahead.
Nice play.
Shea attacks and goes right at Cleveland, scores with the left hand.
Well, that's why sometimes you got to play this game like a riverboat gambler.
And Shea across midcourt. Thunder have to operate quickly. Goes for the layup, gets the 2. That's exactly what you need.
It's executed by a high-level player.
High-level skill, too, because there's not guys that can do that consistently, Michael. And so what that means is you got a play that he's been working on his entire career. The Thunder been working on that. It's a transition, fast break opportunity.
That's what you want to keep doing. Just keep shrinking the floor on the Trailblazers, creating those types of plays. Right now.
SGA, baseline shot, that's automatic.
He'll rush you defensively, but when
Shea got around him, a little bit of contact, and then gets the friendly bounce to send him to the line.
SGA, the NBA's leading scorer. That's all.
So Thunder have been having to manufacture offensive possessions, manufacture points. Shea trying to get around Kamara, double team, passes right to Hartenstein. He'll put it down for the flush.
Skill sets attract attention. And he caught the Trailblazers. How about this? All the red shirts looking at him. Hartenstein making himself available as he bends the rim. Didn't get enough of that.
Shea using a little speed. How about that move? Just bending his body any which way, getting the deuce, and SGA goes assist, bucket to push the lead back up to double digits.
And he is just fun to watch, folks. Dropping a nice dime over to Isaiah Hartenstein. Take a look at this, folks. Didn't get enough of that. Gets through the whole entire defense and finishes off the off leg. And look at it, that facial expression by Caruso says it all. Unbelievable.
How did he?
Gilgeous-Alexander has scored 30 points per game or better. He's so good for the mid-range, right on cue there, hitting that one from 15.
Against this team, right idea by Curry, getting out fast, trying to get an early shot in the clock before the Thunder set up the D.
Shea drills the mid-range shot on the baseline against Curry.
The Warriors really struggling to score.
What you would expect against this very good Thunder defense, but it's the offense right now of SGA taking it to another level.
As this quarter winds down.
Shea trying to deflate the clock. Wide open shooter. It's Joe off the catch, and that one rattles home. Isaiah Joe from deep. Work through these offensive possessions. Hartenstein, the cut. SGA the kick off the catch. There is an aim, fire, and hit there for Isaiah Joe. Camped down in the corner. He buries another three.
It's a massive amount of numbers to get in any ball game.
Shea, his first shot is good as he was able to maneuver his way down low.
Take that shot throughout his career in that mid-range area.
I was stunned, Michael, that he didn't use the pump fake. Shea didn't take the shot. Instead, he passes it off. Hartenstein able to lay it up and in with the left hand. He's been very good from distance on the season at over 48%. Good pace early to this game as Shea getting his fades away, and he's got another two. As Wallace pulled the string a little bit on that shot, it squirts over to SGA. Wallace trying to fight something off here. Hartenstein, left hand, push shot. That one rattles in.
Monk tried to find him again.
Shea, he got down low, takes a bump, and he's going to the line for a possible three-point play.
There's that. He's got him on his backside. Does a good job of just keeping him there. And also didn't let him land either. He kind of was in his space. That is tough to do with that guy.
That's two in a row. Monk had a couple of buckets early. Shea, nice spin right on Ellis. He's going to score right at the rim. I was just trying to protect my guy there. DeRozan blocked on the backside. Pops over to Jang.
Forced a turnover or a shot block. Whichever way the stat guys call it.
Shea deciding what to do. Pulls the trigger from three and buries it. As Jay Will thought about it. The cut there, SGA, the kick. Joe off the catch. That is good, right on the sideline. Isaiah Joe registers the triple.
Good defense by the Thunder, just rotating around. Sabonis had nowhere to pass the ball to. Ellis was a little bit uncomfortable taking that shot.
This time, Kenrich goes outside. After that road trip on the West Coast against Portland and Golden State. SGA surveys, drives in, can't be slowed down. A little lollipop at the end.
Just a beautiful play. Almost textbook.
Now the Thunder right now are getting whatever they want on the offensive end. There's another sidestep from SGA getting to the cup. And then the skill of SGA. Powerful combination. The lead is up to 30.
And there was again with the cloud shot. I told you a lot of fans have been hitting me up on social media.
Not that time for Monk who went in there. Offense for OKC. Look at the defense, the help defense coming over. Malik Monk, bad intentions coming in the lane. And my goodness, it's February or July. And to turn on the AC. Dort needs some AC to cool him off. Had 6 threes on Saturday, and he drains one there. Getting the start now, a two-way player for Milwaukee. Both these teams, bunch of guys out, but there is SGA right down the lane as he powers it down.
How about this? We showed some dunks of January in the pregame to stop the forward progress of that basketball and then picked it up.
Shea trying to go to not a 1, but 2, maybe even 3 defensive players. And on the very last line of defense, takes a little contact for the three-point play.
And that's the only shot he had at that.
Yeah, it looked like Hartenstein was going to be wide open. There he's wide open. Off the inbounds pass, SGA slipping behind everybody. He's got another lane.
And was that intentional? Nonetheless, quite impressive.
Shea wants that step back 3 and got the step back 3. To play Milwaukee back in December. Different personnel here. Different part of the season. Shea sizing up the defense, goes in. That might be a teardrop because it was a scoop with some art to it. Shea's got it going here in the first quarter. Already with 13, make it 15 as he punches that one down. Shea has been able to dictate things already with the 17 points in this first quarter. Stops, goes right back to work and lays it up and in. Unfair business from SGA.
The Thunder just kept the offense rolling with a 39-point first quarter.
The weak side rebound right to Jay. Final minutes of the first quarter.
I like what Mark Dagnall talked about as well as himself, that Shea's just continue to do Shea things, man. He was stuck on automatic. His true height was about 5'7", spread wear. Now he had a dunk master in Dominique Wilkins on that team. That was a guy who flew high, flying about as high as Isaiah Joe's rainbow shot.
They've done it now. Well, it's the 26th time, but in the previous 25, when they've led by as many as 20, they're 25-0.
I'll tell you, he has been fantastic, folks. Just taking on the responsibility and all the accolades that he's received. Be mad at him for trying, because that's what you have to do when a big man is waiting or chasing you down on a move to the basket. You've got to punch that down.
Grayson Allen usually coming off the bench. And SGA comes right back and rattles home a three of his own.
To the game. It's just being able to get those points off turnovers.
The Thunder, there's another one. Booker throw right in the arms of SGA. Things, understanding your teammates, where they are, where you might be utilized most. Jones right there on SGA. Tough fadeaway to work with so many talented women on a daily basis, and certainly his pairs profiled over the. Richards trying to put on the deck. That was a bad idea. Taken away by OKC. Shea back in, powers his way right up for the two-handed flush. Like a snake in the weeds. Allen, one of those guys you just don't want to leave him. Shea, baseline shot. That one was 10 out of 10. He is physically, he always says he wants to be an intelligent, cerebral player. Little pressure by Hartenstein. He's fired up because he caught to the backcourt. Plumlee not able to keep his balance. He stepped over the timeline.
All the time he was kind of hoping the officials would call that. Not a whole lot of contact between two big guys. Officials didn't bail him out on that call. Another turnover for the Suns.
Dort from the outside. Hartenstein. He was in vicinity to potentially grab that offensive rebound. Didn't happen.
In less than 4 minutes, the Thunder were down 2 at halftime.
Another depleted shot clock for the Suns. Allen, floater, might have been blocked on the back.
You're holding to just 2 points for the first, four minutes of this quarter. That's a 180 right there.
And Shea, this is a subtle change on these continuation shots where guys are used to getting to the free throw line. They are not getting
to 14 up.
Booker lost it, another turnover. SGA head down. Everybody down the floor and put it down.
Quarter, a man on a mission. And everybody is a part of that mission. None other than
so he's wide open for the three. Dort another rebound. There's SGA with the rookie defending. Likes to go to work on that. Pulls up and scores.
Unnecessarily. Doesn't have to do it, but he does it because he wants to.
You just see so much of the small things. He's hit from downtown.
That's why that man's an all-star. About that old school move, motion offense again. Just a lot of screens out front. Trying to get good ball movement.
Oh, nice pick. SGA took it right away from quickly. As Holmgren, he almost, Raptors had that one drawn up nicely. Ended up being a layup. There's a beautiful play on the other end. It's SGA putting it on a platter for J-Dub.
It's a nice play.
Isaiah Joe, always a threat to shoot on the floor. He's been shooting it really well here over the last 11 games. SGA that time going to get the bump in.
Exactly what I'm saying. Same move. Now, why is that an and one? I'm just saying, he's had 2 of those. 2 of those that led to side out of bounds. I'm not complaining on this one because I'm saying the Raptors have knocked down 5 in this quarter for a team that doesn't shoot the 3 very well.
Nice find inside. SGA passed up the 3 instead. Fired it down to Caruso. How about 11 of 14 as Jones came over, knocked it free from Barnes. Hip to the cup, left hand, had it blocked. SGA, the putback and he's right there. Expiring shot clock here, SGA. Sights tough on the step back over the outstretched arm of Bobo. Caruso knew it was going to be short, so did Wiggins. Wiggins was able to bat it back out to SGA. Nice pass underneath, Jay Will! Caught him, throws it down! Of the game, and with all the scoring that SGA has done, easy to overlook. He's still got some passing skills. They ended up stringing together some wins. At one point, they had won 8 out of 10. Hartenstein that time climbs the ladder as SGA put it up high, and he puts it down hard.
And I mean, what are you gonna do here? You got two guys on the ball, and Hartenstein, he's one of those guys.
Got the screen from Hartenstein, pulls up just inside the nail, almost automatic.
And that's, kind of moving the ball to the floor with pace too. This was very consistent with that call.
Shea on the flare out. That time he's got a clean look, not gonna miss it as he registers the three. Like to get up and down the floor too. Here is Caruso. He'll keep it himself. Got wiped out by Jaren Jackson Jr. Second effort shot. It is SGA from downtown. He certainly can still do that. Shea gives it up to Hartenstein. Floater, and he got it up over Jaren Jackson Jr. Jay Will, nice contest, little body bump there, no call. Shea, nothing but nylon straight away. The Thunder get 2 offensive rebounds, 3 opportunities. Shea's now going to get another opportunity at the free throw line. That one banks home. AC.
The mismatch on the big guy. Tom got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. It's tough to do that with this guy because not only is he a lethal scorer, folks, and he can three-point play. Thunder back up by 11.
Much like last night, it's Shea at the free throw line. There's a block inside on Clark, who's got hops. That pass got deflected. Still time here, though, with 5. SGA turns the corner, takes a little bump, goes off the window, and SGA shows the touch despite the contact. Shea keeping that dribble alive. Kicks out to Caruso. Corner 3 on the way, and good! Alex Caruso bottoms one from deep. Yeah, thank you, Paris. And so the Thunder, the best defense in the NBA. Played great in that first half. That ball pops over to Wells, hangs in the air. That never hit the rim.
On the glass, Grizzlies are trying to recover some of those misses.
Shea down the lane, spins it up, left hand, right side, he's going to the line.
Making up stuff. Check this out, folks. It's a finger roll, and he reversed it.
J-Dub. Put the ball in the hands of SGA. More speed, SGA right down the lane off the trampoline.
Just when you think you got him, folks, he's got an extra gear. And this was an extra gear here as he got by the primary defender. There's a secondary defender and a third, just not there in time as he bends the rim. Just playing with a lot of ice water in his veins right now.
Shea, tough fadeaway over Bane, and SGA pushes the shot clock back up to 14. Shea on the fade. No, Kenrich again battling, it's loose, and a third opportunity. Back-to-back offensive rebounds. Shea finally cashes it in.
And he got a foul on it.
5 seconds. Shot clock deep. Skip past Kenrich. He'll hoist. Kenrich Williams.
He said, guys are finding me. I'm getting good looks and shots are falling. So I'm just continuing to play within the offense and make those plays.
Speaking of making plays, the Thunder defense continuing to bust things up out of the perimeter.
A couple of free throws.
And it's plays like this where the defense just so disruptive.
Well, and that's come off a little bit of pressure, too. Discussing Aaron Wiggins and his play this season.
Had the ball in his hands there, bringing it up the floor. Caruso over to SGA, and Shea finally sees that baseline shot go down. And the long rebound tracked down. Nice frontage pass that got deflected by Wiggins, and another Pelicans turnover.
Yeah, that's the 4th steal of this first quarter.
Shea gets taken out of the 3. Counted, he's going to the line. Possible 4-point play.
They close out on him now. I mean, look at Hawkins just closing out on him hard. Same foul that happened on his backside. He's real comfortable taking that shot. As Shea looks comfortable taking that 3 for his second.
Nice rebound inside. It looked like Nisi had it.
Saved. Hawkins then stripped by Holmgren.
Shooting a career best in 3-point shots.
Shea down the lane, takes a little bump as you see him slide into the camera well.
You think you got him? You think you got good defense? He just keeps coming. You can ride him all the way to the paint. At some point in time, he's going to get what he wants, and that's what he gets at the end. It makes it tough.
But the Thunder forced 14 first-half turnovers and got 23 points off.
Oh, you like that because a lot of good things are working. That's a tough shot. There's still a lot of upside to him. His biggest challenge, obviously, is just staying on the court.
Year number 6. There is another 3 from the outside. That time it's J-Dub dialing one up. They usually don't have enough time, right? What a nice pick. SGA one-on-one, and he had to step on Alvarado for the layup. But the lead still substantial for the Thunder here in the third. J-Dub lost his footing. Surrounded. Dort, extra pass over to SGA. Off the catch, he's not going to miss that. Just in front of the Thunder bench.
A lot of times you do that in the fast break. Time that perfectly.
A little miscommunication there by the Pelicans defense. There wasn't a player within 7 feet of SGA.
Nice display of ball-handling skills by Wiggins.
Yeah, Wiggins lost on the way up, still was able to recover. Look at that swarming defense. Shea, contact, more free throws coming up. That's going to be an old-fashioned three-point play. And you see a little nod afterwards. SGA just happy to see one go down after he missed his first 4 shots of the game.
Well, this is what you want to do. Don't allow him to set up the defense. You see, get a little switch. That time, whenever you get a team that's going to cross-match like that.
First-round pick, they feel very good about him. Put up some solid rookie numbers. Kenrich off the catch, wide open for 3, nothing but nylon. So between Jovic and Adebayo, he's been getting some buckets to the rim. SGA, too much speed. He got to the rim his own there as he attacked on the deck. And get another possession. Wiggins. He'll attack on Andrew Wiggins. And that time Aaron gets the best. And they've got so many willing passers. And that time able to finish off the possession. Jay Will, quick shot. There's a 3 and a much-needed boom. As the Thunder need some offense. Get a little closer, trail by as many as 21, SGA. Step back 3, SGA right ahead of the buzzer. Knocks it down from deep.
As the man of the moment.
Go on the floor, it's a good 3.
All-star starter.
Miami switches, so now Hero came over on SGA. Dort left open, and Dort, little one-footed fadeaway, nicely done. Works play for a ton of different teams. SGA, though, responds with a triple of his own. He just got eaten up. Shea looking for 3 more, and SGA steps into it from downtown. And so he's not going to get the 3 free throws. Backdoor cut, SGA, beautifully done. Off the pass from Jay Will, and he steps it home.
So you still get 2 points out of it. And just like that, it's a 1-possession game with a whole lot of time here left.
Of the game, this was Jay Will earlier this quarter, setting it up for SGA. One of those backdoor cuts.
And that's one of those signature plays by the Thunder also, when you start knocking down.
Rebound, Jay Will and the Thunder have the basketball with an opportunity to go in front. Shea wants the 3.
He's going to show you right here as he just takes control and puts the Thunder ahead by 3.
Shea keeping the ball in his hands. Pulls up, back to the basket, and SGA eating up here. Big time shots in the fourth quarter.
Man, these shots are not touching the rim, the net at all. They're just barely moving it, folks. That's good transition defense by the Thunder.
Hero got caught in the air, trying to swing it over to Ware. SGA steps right into the passing lane. Kenrich tees it up. There's another one from downtown. The run continues.
Let's see if they can somehow sustain it here tonight.
Williams driving to the hole for the 2-handed flush.
Nice job there by Naz Reid of turning the corner.
Ball on a string for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Fend off, jumper, pure.
Boy, did he do it inside. That was impressive.
Lou Dort, book it on a three. Williams being defended by Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander now watched by McDaniels. 9 to shoot, under a minute to go. Gilgeous-Alexander, rainbow triple. Gilgeous-Alexander held in check in the first half. Bounces, catch, release, Hartenstein. 4-point game, timeout Minnesota.
From that position.
Played professionally in Germany and Lithuania. Hartenstein is playing professionally in America very well.
At a high level.
Minnesota up by 2, OKC. Gilgeous-Alexander, floater short. Rebound, ripped away, Hartenstein feeds it inside for Gilgeous-Alexander. We are tied at 68. It's Shannon. Loses his footing and loses the ball. Holmgren ahead. Gilgeous-Alexander wants the angle. Spin. Spins it in, +1.
Coming up with the basketball to get the shot up. You see McDaniels there with that reach in late. But gets to that 2-foot stop there, gets the contact. And
5:20 to play in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander over Alexander Walker. That's a lot of names.
In this quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander, they double him with Garza. 10 to shoot. Kenrich Williams left alone, takes advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander makes his move for the pull-up. Bam.
That was just too easy. And that's when you push it up, you get the cross match. He had Garza on him. That was a huge shot there. That I was gonna say that might have sealed the deal, but they come right back down with that quick deuce.
And SGA.
You know, you got to start giving Chet those kind of, you know, he disturbs the shot type of thing. Well, he's one of those guys who's a high flyer, but he's really added that over the last 3 or 4 seasons to his offense. And how about this guy? His first All-Star appearance last weekend.
SGA trying to get around Collins, does so, flicks it up, and then the soft touch off the window. SGA with some brilliance. Walker Kessler, their offensive rebound. Clarkson has already made 1 3. That was way short. Marketing on the rebound. It never hit the rim. And the Thunder come up with it on the block. Caruso 2-on-1. Nice pass. It starts.
Look at what Lou Dort does. I mean, this is a block right here by Shai. The Thunder get out in transition on this. End result, quick buckets by Lou Dort, but
he did it. The Thunder just committed on the defensive end to making those kind of plays. Caruso left open, little ball fake, and Caruso cashes in the 3.
You know,
George, hand in the face. What does he decide to do here? Shot clock as SGA swallowed him up. Gonna block that out of bounds. It's gonna be a shot clock violation here in this first quarter. That's still got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
How about this? He got a block and he forced a turnover on the same play. Shai wide open right there in that middle. Thunder just finding those right players. You know,
second leading scorer so far for the Jazz. Thunder led by as many as 14 here in this first half. Joe thought about it. That was off the leg of Markkanen. Shai, he will pull from the outside, and OKC's got another 3. Joe trying to get around the screen. Now Clarkson. There's SGA. Might have had his 3rd block of the night. Let's see if the Thunder can extend this run. SGA wiggling around, pulls up, and SGA, who's been one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA, he's got 2 more. I really don't.
He's really impressive.
Oh, Shai just picked the pocket of George. George not going to be able to catch up, and Shai flushes it down in this first half.
Look at this. He's just picking the pocket of Keontae George. You know, he's got that speed.
There's another miss from downtown for Utah. Let's see what Chet Holmgren does here. One-on-one with Clarkson. Keeps it himself, and then the finger roll. Gets it to go home.
Was that a finger roll?
You see so many more big men with skill from the outside. There is Jalen Williams showing another 3 from the outside. That's his. There's another turnover by Utah. George couldn't get it back cleanly. Caruso Takes it himself, drives hard, and Alex Caruso takes a stumble, but still able to score on the layup.
You know, going at it.
Holmgren with the flash, squares up, and he's going to get the friendly bounce.
It's been a big plus, but on the scoreboard here.
They were really quiet in the first as Wiggins, he's been quiet himself. There's his first points of the night. It comes here in the third quarter.
He's such a cool hand, Luke, just with his steals.
He's been a part of it, currently on the bench. Shea, mid-range shot, pulls up, and SGA just so good. No panic whatsoever. Come on.
Substitution for Mark Daigneault, bringing Caruso in for Hartenstein. And there is SGA, takes a little bump. It was subtle, but enough to give him the possible and one.
Set piece. That's one of those things where, you know he's going to get going. That's a tough shot, man. He's once again behind him.
That's a miss from downtown. Edwards 0 for 3 from downtown. SGA again trying to get to his spot, takes a little bump, that time a little fadeaway, shoots right over the top of the defense. The first couple of years of his career, but you see more moves like that.
Yeah, you know, he's just rounding out his game.
Nice pass, SGA slips it underneath on the baseline, and Caruso.
How about this? Look at all the dark colored jerseys around him. You can see 4 jerseys in that picture.
That time he missed a mid-range shot. SGA drives on Conley. Pulls up, more free throws coming up, and another and one at the free throw line. It's SGA, gets downhill.
Advantage of it. Mike Conley out there playing defense on an island, took a little shot on the...
There's SGA working through those screens from Caruso. Now decides to pull it back out. McDaniels defending, SGA drives, and SGA got the best of him on a good defensive player, once again getting to the rim. Even going back to that run last year to the Western Conference Finals. Kenrich kept the pivot foot down, then the left hand, he just slipped right into it.
Forced him to change it up.
Another block to his total. Shea takes the bump right off a read and then floats into that touch shot. He's got 16 points. Shea, tough fadeaway shot on the baseline, and SGA quiets the crowd.
Those busted play shots, you know, those little hustle plays that leads to, you know, points, because they haven't shot really a great percentage.
Well, how about the smoothness of SGA? Hunter played good defense, particularly on the perimeter there.
Well, those are the kind of plays you want to stack together now. Try to see if you can get to that free throw line as well. How about that move by Shea? My goodness.
Caruso, catch fire three, no good. Offensive rebound on the weak side. It's SGA straight away. That one is going to rattle home. A much-needed three.
He's got to keep taking that shot.
Oh, nice anticipation. SGA fronting that post pass, able to knock it away, and now Mark Daigneault wants a take foul.
To contribute to that, see if the Thunder can come back with that. Another good defensive play, and there it is right there as I'm speaking.
Both teams giving up possessions. Wiggins!
2 out of their last 3 possessions. This is one of them right here. Look at this fast break. Get the ball to the middle of the floor. Stay away from the guy who has
decided on that one to take it no matter what. And the Thunder got an opportunity to take the lead, regain the lead here. In the later stages of this third quarter, SGA probing, gives it up, and Hartenstein, levitation to slow him down on his way to the rim. Wiggins, same spot on the zone, same result as Aaron Wiggins dials up another triple. On the way, side of the backboard, not even close. Here comes Shannon, lot of speed, and he had it stripped clean by SGA. Wow. Trying to create numbers the other way. Wiggins hoists and hits again from downtown.
And that's a 5-point swing by SGA.
Dort. As Wiggins with 4 made shots, they've all been 3. SGA steps back and lands another triple.
At all. There's that shot moments ago.
SGA, the double team. Veers left, pulls up right at the nail, and SGA's got 2 more. That was drives on Reed. Back outside to Wallace, nowhere to go. Shot clock at 3. Caruso hoists and hits from downtown. Alex Caruso, big fourth quarter 3. Big shot in a big moment. Minutes going by here in the fourth. SGA. Once again, Caruso
And he's got another one. Rips the cords from downtown. See if J-Dub can get up there. Alexander Walker blocked on the backside by SGA. His cousin, Shea, head down, lost his balance. Wallace able to keep it alive. No on the Chet 3. SGA trying to tap it out. Nobody there. McDaniels. He had it stripped by Caruso. Now SGA the other side. He'll pull and hit from downtown. Big time sequence.
You know, you would think that this is probably 2 minutes left in the ball game, folks. We're not even at closing time, and just some outstanding plays on both ends of the floor by the Thunder.
Mike Edwards was getting a little wild with those arms, and J-Dub looking for an explanation. Look, Caruso, the clean rake. Risky play.
How about this? Just beautiful. He's got 34 on the night. Not having any empty trips. We are now in closing time.
And there's another three. Thirteenth turnover. Chris Finch wanted the double team. It swings over to Jalen Williams, and the threes continue to fly.
He just has not had a whole lot of good looks, but he's very creative. And you can't play too much up on him because he can shoot the three.
SGA in closing time comes up again. About a buck and a half to go. Caruso chasing Alexander Walker. Keeping him in front. There's a block, SGA. It is loose. Conley.
Over the course of really the last 2 years, well, Mark Dagnall said there was enough offense to carry the load. Jalen Williams inside, flicks it up and in. This Minnesota team very different without Gobert. There's a hard take by Edwards. Hartenstein was there waiting for him. SGA also in the vicinity, and that's out of bounds. Turnover. It doesn't matter the situation, Mike. He's always ready to pull. Shea on the step back shot. That's a tough one. Not a problem for him either as he rips the cords from deep. Good player from Minnesota. He was undrafted coming out of college. Two-way player. What a drive. SGA slicing right through that Minnesota defense.
That's hard to do. How about this guy's driving ability? Finishing through contact.
Decide what to do here between the shot game. Got down low, faded away. That's his spot. Right over his cousin. He made it look easy.
In the association, certainly was in college at the University of Arkansas, where he led the NCAA in that category.
That reputation is starting to grow. And there's SGA on the baseline yet again.
Take a look at this. Watch that little bump right there. Just
of Anthony Edwards, big-time playmaker. That was a pretty move. SGA off the screen, fires away. SGA buries it from deep.
With the exception of that last play by Reed, behind the back pass by SGA, and Lou Dort obliges him.
You think opposing teams in good defensive minds like Chris Finch, do they like having to, as SGA is going to get the and one. Playing through some contact there.
Guys around him. Thunder had 6 guys in double figure last night against this same team. And
that's where both of his buckets have come from. SGA once again knows right where to put it. Into the shooting pocket of Jalen Williams, who gets that friendly home hop. He has been the best scorer tonight. SJ Will, fresh into the game, he's got his second boom of the night. Boy, he has come in cold twice.
Edwards fouled Shea on one end, and Shea returns the favor on the other.
Caruso in his spot as his hot shooting continues from deep. An 18-point game. 3 minutes to go in the third. Jay Will, clean screen. SGA looking for free throws. Playing through it.
You got to blow the whistle on that play.
An OKC. SGA. Another big night for him. 28. Finally into double digits. Such a different team with him as opposed to Gobert. SGA cracks 30 yet again.
Edwards, not a whole lot on that play.
Got a little early there. It's Wiggins off the dive, and SGA's got another assist. Caruso, they leave him open.
Russo trying to do what he did last night. There's a back tap. SGA reload three straight away. Not going to miss that tap. See what he decides to do. Going right through the defense. SGA goes long strides. And a much needed two here as this fourth quarter gets a little deeper. Run.
Well, you're loving it too because you got your leading scorer doing just. You can't blame Chris Finch. This is a group that got you there.
Shea down the lane, left-handed layup, puts it up, and gets fouled.
Alexander Walker, watch that hit on the left arm right there.
Shea got around the defender, dumps it off, the push shot by Hartenstein, and that is good.
So shooting a blistering 69% from the field.
And making their open shot. Speaking of an open shot, it's SGA wide open behind the three-point line. As Shea deciphering what to do. Trying to get into the seams, takes a little bump, and then the scoop layup. He's going to go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
No double team came on that particular possession. Shea recognized it, you know.
There's different personnel on the floor. This is much different personnel than we saw in OKC, and Shea just glides and shows that skill since coming on the floor. Wallace almost with the steal and the deflection. And there is the turnover. SGA zigzagging his way up the floor. Final minute here in the first quarter. So many defenders trying to stay attached. Wiggins off the catch, fires away. It doesn't happen overnight. This has been part of SGA's growth. Now in year number 7, being handed the keys to Oklahoma City many years ago, and the things that he saw. And there he is on the backside. SGA this time playing off the ball, and it results in an and one.
To be the youngest team in the association, they got great eyes, great feel for the game. That was not the play they wanted. But
just like that, the Nets have pushed it back up to double digits. Shea, nice spin move, went right on Johnson, scores right at the cup. Then you've got Atlanta Friday. You finish it off with San Antonio on Sunday. One of the more difficult stretches of the season, at least travel-wise, is SGA. What a pretty spin move, able to bank it home. Hartenstein went with the right-hander reverse, no good. Nice deflection. SGA sniffed it out on that lob pass. It was finesse to Sharp. J-Dub steps into it from downtown. No good. Able to take it away.
That's a good start defensively. Back-to-back turnovers.
And Holmgren unloads one from deep.
The Thunder right now, you got chances. You got them backpedaling before they can go run that zone defense or that box and one. Doesn't matter. It's too late. He's averaging over 3 steals a game. Man, that's some rare air there, folks.
Young fell off, and it leads Cason Wallace wide open. SGA found him. Conwell's turned into a really good player for Atlanta. As Holmgren trying to set something up, but it's Shea down the lane, pulls up right over Dyson Daniels, and SGA able to. Shea down the lane, a little bit of contact, and nobody there to slow him down as he lays it in.
So if you're the Thunder, get to that basket when you can. Look at, how about this, man? That's like taking candy away from a baby in this first quarter, but that's a good look. How about that screen by Hartenstein? My goodness. Who has a rugged game like that as well.
SGA left hand, put his head down, attacked at the rim, and scores. Shea once again, there's another wide open shoot. This time it's Kenrich Williams from the outside. He takes advantage, cashing in another 3 here in the first quarter, here in the first half.
He's been a super sub off the bench. Hawks bench has been steady all season.
There is Shea on the step back. How about 12 threes here in the first half?
Get to the rim, plays like that, where they leave it a little short because they couldn't get all the way to the rim.
There's another open look. It's J-Dub off the catch. There's been some sloppiness in this game by both teams. There's one from Atlanta. SGA is going to take it himself for the flush.
Wow, both teams trading turnovers. The Thunder, about this, he just threw it out there and said, whoever wants it.
He's going to play like he did. There's going to be engagement. Shea wheeling around off balance. SGA. Spectacular.
That's terrific defense. just to not allow him to get to that basket. Make him make a tough shot. He was falling away about 6 feet from the basket.
That time, Shea able to get right where he wants, below the nail, shoots over the top of Capella. And we saw the shooting of Joe in the first half with those 4 threes, 12 points. He is not going to return. SGA off another turnover, trying to push the pace. Wiggins, catch fire 3. Aaron Wiggins, another one from downtown.
Those shots were falling for him in that second quarter when he scored 41 points. Absolutely not falling as much, and the Thunder are getting open looks, and it just continues to rain.
Wide open shooter after wide open shooter, Michael. The Thunder, they get a little dribble penetration, you kick it out, and there's somebody, and there's not a white jersey within 5 feet. Not that time, but SGA. That is persistent over the course of the year. Michael, they're 20-1 against the East. They could easily have the best record of all time versus a conference. There is SGA off the turnover. He's going to lay it up and in transition.
It's a big play once again. You saw the turnover on the set piece that led to the SGA layup. See if the Thunder can capitalize again off of a late game turnover by the Hawks. And it happens. That's 2 points off, another 2 points off the turnover.
Carried that energy throughout the course of the game. And to come back on a Wednesday, there is SGA spotted up, feet behind the line. Excellent recovery on that offensive end as Dort firing away. First 3 no good. Back tapped out to J-Dub. The reload, right at the top of the key, and that one is down. Jalen Williams. Quick. SGA sees the 2, finds an open shooter. Cason Wallace, another one from downtown as the 3's piling up here early. Been the steals champ 6 times. Shea pulls up over his former teammate, and that time he got it to go. And SGA, nice start for him.
Well, he forced that switch.
Didn't want to get the corner 3 to Barnes. Drives in too strong on the shot, and Hartenstein, who had a double-double on Friday, grabs another rebound. Wallace sees a little bit of space, goes inside, left hand, plus the foul. That game where he put up over 40 against Sacramento, and he has just been rolling ever since. And SGA has been rolling all season long, particularly with that mid-range shot that he's got a lot of confidence in. That's why both teams already over 30 points. Wiggins, he'll let it go, and Wiggins answers right back with a Thunder 3.
Knocking down threes in the first quarter.
15 already. That is number 16 combined. And Dort, who's been quiet, comes back in the game.
You know the key to that was Kendrick got out there real quickly to him.
Shea with the left hand.
He just continues to come back with new things in his arsenal. I mean, a lefty push shot off the glass. It's the
quickly back at Sohan. Off balance, SGA swats him free, but a foul.
They're going to force you to take out a lot of balls out, allow them to set up their defense. That's a good cross-court through the zone pass by SGA. Now, he had one of those also in the first half to Cason Wallace, just like that. Even the young player who's probably a good chance to win Rookie of the Year.
So much speed with the ball in his hands, but you do not want De'Aaron Fox to get going here in the third. SGA, the happy melody up top to Hartenstein.
Not laboring to score the basketball in the half court. Get those easy ones every now and then like that.
Kenrich. Oh, there's the help defense that came over from SGA. What a block at the rim. Swatted it free.
He's had 2 terrific blocks like that.
Wiggins, using his size, lowers the shoulder into that turnaround shot.
You name it, man. They've been all the way around.
Just one more Eastern Conference trip on the season. There's Hartenstein. Off the pass from SGA. A little push shot for him is good. Trying to get that pass to Hartenstein. Fortunate that it was deflected over to J-Dub. There's Hartenstein again. There's the cut. SGA this time the beneficiary. And he makes a sweet move getting up to the rim. Went up with the left hand. SGA trying to back down. Shepard shoots over the top. If Shepard is guarding SGA,
he's already in that painted area.
Nice deflection by Hartenstein. There's SGA, 2-on-1. Make it 3-on-1. Bad pass initially by SGA. Didn't put enough on it. Now you got to run offense. Holmgren. There's a zipped one inside, and Holmgren able to finish it off. He was camped out underneath.
As Whitmore did not use the screen from Landale. Instead went in there and got swatted away.
He's an off-the-ball defender, the weak side guy. He's got to get there early. They always say you got to get there early.
Trying to start the break. Got it up ahead to SGA. Little hesitation. Now the fade away. That's what SGA does. Green the other way. Up ahead. It is Whitmore who went for the spike on the jam and missed it.
Well, it looked like he kind of fumbled, that pass, and never really quite had his hands on it.
Then the Houston Rockets. SGA. Step back three. Right over Shepherd. And his hot first quarter. What a first quarter it's been. Wiggins still scoreless. Final couple of minutes here, SGA. Good anticipation. That's one of the things that he does so well.
With a soft finish.
Well, he can get to the cup right now. He's done it on back-to-back plays. SGA kept the dribble alive, then wheels around into the reverse. SGA's got the ball in his hands, can go 2 for 1. Kept the dribble alive, then pulls up and sticks the mid-range shot as this brilliant first half continues.
Come on, man.
Holmgren decided to get it back out to the perimeter. SGA. Tough step back three, and he splashes it home. Just another beauty as Houston's starting to go cold here from the floor. Thunder taking advantage. Lead continues to build. Hartenstein gives it up. SGA spots up wide open for 3, and he knocks it down. Rockets got away with one. Chet Holmgren was wide open door with a deflection. It leads to SGA behind everybody.
Defensively in transition, allowing an easy layup on your first trip.
Ball knocked loose. And again, forcing turnovers. It's what the Thunder do as well as anybody.
5 points on the board between these two.
Fisher's been cracking down on the gather. Shea lowers the shoulder on the baseline, shoots over the top of Williams. He's got in the mid-range. Saw Taylor Jenkins, head coach of the Grizzlies. Wiggins off the deck, and that is nylon for Aaron Wiggins, who immediately comes in there, wastes no time, firing away, trying to get one of those threes to go down. SGA had 5 threes on Monday. He's got a 3 right there. Hasn't quite been dictating games. Had that shoulder injury, forced him to miss all that time last year. Wiggins, little sidestep, dumps it off. SGA, that's a short shot, and he's going to get the bounce.
Still dribbling the ball high, poke it away. A lot of times when you beat a player off the dribble, that dribble has to be low, so you can't poke it away.
Great defense by Hartenstein. They tried to go the alley-oop to Clark. That's when he's most dangerous. SGA, see 2 defenders on him. It leaves Jalen Williams wide open, and Jay Wills got himself a boom.
Got a smooth stroke from downtown.
Shea trying to get downhill, off 1 foot, pulls up, and he's got 2 more.
Not healthy last year, but he's going to be an all-star one of these years. Bain now trying to guard Gilgeous-Alexander. Tough shot. Nope, they wave it off. An offensive foul. Bain stayed with him. Could mean the difference between a bucket and a second foul on your star player.
That really complains to the officials relative to other teams. As Shea got down low, Jay Will, the boom, and he's got another one. That's his second coming off the bench. Timeout called by Memphis.
Between these 2 ball clubs, things not going the Grizzlies' way. You know what? Just play ball. I was going to say, I remember a Big Ten player I played against in the league, Randy Brewer. He was 7'4", but he did not play for Purdue. As Jay Will, the big man in the middle,
a good call.
I have to give credit. Our statistician Dave Free thought of it. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander throws it up and in. 19 points now.
I love Morant trying to find that shot from the outside instead of driving as SGA comes right back and responds as he rattles that one from downtown. There he is tying up Edey, trying to get that jump ball. Wiggins was right on him. Edey almost traveled. There's SGA with the steal. Nobody's going to catch him at SGA. The 2-handed stuff in transition. The huge fourth quarter threes. SGA, space behind the three-point line. Count it.
He's been playing terrific basketball. 25 points per game the last month and a half. Gilgeous-Alexander finally on the board with a sweet drive and finish.
Job of closing off these driving angles on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander again goes to the left hand. He makes it look so easy when he puts the ball on the floor. The officials don't blow the whistle. Gilgeous-Alexander up the floor. Driving at Brown and scoring again off glass. He is owning him on penetration right now. SGA now with it, averaging 33 points per game, leading the league. Third straight year, he's better than 30 points per contest, and he's got the last 8 points now for the Thunder. He's also third in rebounds, second in assists. Nobody's ever finished in the top 3 of all 3. Gilgeous-Alexander on fire right now. 10 straight points for him. There are other weapons, as you said, on this Thunder team, and there's tremendous chemistry as Joe hits a three-pointer.
Converting off of that, so it's the start Michael Malone wanted from his team with ball security.
SGA back in the game, throws to Jalen Williams, wide open three.
Couple huge threes the other night against Phoenix, and you can see how easily it's coming for him now from distance.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the sidestep three. His first triple. He had missed his initial 5 tries.
That's so important for Denver. They take less threes than any team in the league, but it has to come from somewhere. And Christian Brown right now in a groove.
Jalen Williams, he connects again. 3-on-2, Denver, Murray, Westbrook. What a touch pass. Great defense, though, by the Thunder. They get another block from Williams. SGA in the open floor attacks, count it, and a foul on Jokic.
You see, never giving up on a play. Look at all of the bodies in the paint. Deterrent at the rim, and then you get it to Shea in the open court with numbers. Typically something good is going to happen at the end of it.
First foul on Jokic.
If you had the game plan that you wanted with your starters, and that applies to both halves, but OKC taking advantage of this lineup here early to get a couple easy ones. When Michael Porter Jr. is this dialed in with his energy and effort, because the production is going to follow with the talent.
He's got 9 rebounds, 18 points. Basket by SGA and 1. 22 points. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, he just loves the middle of the floor. I've rarely seen a guard in this league operate from the air. That's when you really started to see that there wasn't an answer for this guy offensively.
He gets a block there. He's got 2 blocks in the game. The best record in the West. Denver currently in second place. A half-cup game up on the Lakers at 41-22. Shot clock at 4. Brown into traffic. Muscles that one up. It won't go. Ball batted around.
The three-point shot is not his first selection.
Well, you know, he's added it throughout his career, but you know, he's certainly one of those stop and pop guys. And how many times you've seen that nice little... You want to see him making those tough shots like that. You give him credit for that.
Shea trying to turn the corner, mid-range shot, and that one's going to plop in. He has been one of the most efficient mid-range shooters. And it's snatched away by J-Dub. But about 5 minutes left to go. First quarter, SGA plays to the contact. They're going to say it's on the deck, although the officials...
How about this? Nice little stutter dribble. There's that reach in by Westbrook.
With some good old-fashioned big men.
Absolutely. Just let him play.
Bouncing on the block. Hartenstein again looking for more, and he's going to get more as he's got 13. That one goes down. Really had his moments in the second half, and he was more aggressive. But it's the defense as well. There's more defense as SGA on the backside.
Nuggets defense. This is what we were talking about minutes ago. Thunder with a season-high 14 block shots. This guy had 3 of them yesterday.
Offensive rebound, and the Thunder just feasting, able to knock it away. SGA, space, pulls, no. Offensive rebound. Right back at it at the free throw line. That one is good. Very quick redirect by Jokic. Didn't even look down at Watson, just knew he was going to be there. SGA, 6 minutes and 50 seconds on the bench, comes back and nails his first shot. He's got that big body, plus the skill. Shea down low, got it outside. Dort off the catch, sidesteps the 3, and he's got another one. Lou Dort rips the cords from 3. He then surveys and pulls it back out. Now he makes his move on Jokic, got inside, scoops it up, plus the foul.
He has the presence of mind to finish here. Wow, he got hit in the head on that play. That's a tough guy there, folks, and this is a tough finish as well.
Jay will fight for the rebound, didn't get it. And Brown into the open floor. Brown got rejected by SGA.
As he released that shot with confidence.
SGA pulls from the outside and nails a 3.
Gets ready to send a couple of players on him. Dort. And that three switches through. And SGA is able to tap it over to Hartenstein to get the rebound. Wallace. That sideline three goes down.
What a battle going on between these two ball clubs here, folks. You would think there's 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Shea giving the bend, and it goes down for him after the screen.
He's averaging over 34 points his last 4 games. Big-time player and scorer.
The Celtics play the percentages and getting us those
A
miss.
lot of threes. Average about 48 a game. My goodness.
Shea, nice hesitation, got inside, then scoops it up and spins it in. An example, Michael, of what you see from this Boston team. They know what they want to get to, but they're very unselfish. As Shea, yet again, cutting right through the defense, able to get to the...
Those are the unsung heroes for the Celtics coming off the bench. Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard.
Oh, look at that fadeaway from SGA. That is such a tough, much as we're used to seeing when we go on the road these days. A lot of green here at TD Garden. SGA stops on a dime, pulls up, and he's going to get the...
I knew Junior before I got to the league in terms of playing with the national team. And then, of course, getting the sad news from the...
Horford finally cools off from deep. That's just his second miss. One of 3 Celtics players in double digits. Tough pass, Holmgren. How did he do it? His back was on the basket, and he contorted. Got to be strong with the basketball in his. 5 seconds for SGA. It's across the timeline. 2 defenders in the vicinity. Pulls up, and SGA is able to bank it in.
Wow, he took some contact on that play. Wallace steals the inbound pass. Wow.
And SGA is able to cap off his solid performance in the first half as he had defenders all over him. Brown did a good job of not committing the foul. Dort right there for the rebound. Back the other way we go.
Good movement with that rebound by him as well. It's going to lead to a fast break opportunity.
Holmgren getting up there. He has been all over the glass so far in this game.
Yeah, he's got another good look from downtown, too. He's going to do just that. You're not used to a guy getting a rebound, running coast to coast like butter and toast, and then spotting up and shooting a three.
Wiggins waiting for his teammates. Back outside, SGA, catch fire three, that is good.
On the box, and he swings around last second to poke it away.
Good defense by Wiggins, 2 consecutive turnovers by the Celtics. It's an 8-0 run, SGA trying to make it more. It's an 11-0 run as he bottoms that three. Another step back from SGA.
Oh, he does a good job of just drawing the contact and knocking you off balance a little bit.
Oh, and Shea able to hang in the air long enough, then goes for the reverse. Just a spectacular move. Well, this game is going to intensify the later it goes, but SGA, how does he do it?
Just around 2 minutes to go here, folks.
2 minutes to play. Shea trying to get to his spot. Instead, he sends it right down to Kenrich Williams, who was waiting for him on the block. Excellent pass as everybody thought that SGA was going to take the shot.
Yeah, and everybody got caught watching the paint dry.
One thing to know, Jaylen Brown's got 5 fouls. He had to go to the bench. Shot clock at 4. SGA defending Tatum. Lost the handle. SGA comes up with a steal. Trying to push. Hip to hip on Pritchard. Kicks it out. Open shooter. It's Joe.
No, just saying.
Just a quick note there for you. Just a quick note.
Okay, I got you.
As SGA off the deck, had to beat the shot clock, does as he nails the three.
Anybody, Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, stopping those guys from getting it going from downtown.
And deflection, steals, loose ball. There's a steal right there. SGA has got his head up trying to make something happen.
Second one of them in this early part of this quarter for the Thunder.
And how about the hesitation move? Able to get the step on Durham and score at the rim. There's now SGA with the veteran Hardaway on him. SGA cutting in, kept his balance, and with that left foot, still able to bank it home.
Take a look at this, folks. Look, excellent defense. No mistakes here at all by Tim Hardaway Jr. Gets him, runs him into the...
Cunningham thought he got fouled as Kenrich going to give it up to SGA. Finds a cut, it's Wallace, and he's got 2 more. It's Cason Wallace right now outside. Cunningham, this time it's Cason Wallace who is on him. Popped left it free. SGA on the other end, and SGA will take it for the jam.
That's the third steal of the night that the Thunder have been able to muster up with their stingy defense and go down the other end and score.
On him, Michael. They started out with Dort. That time it was Wallace.
Well, you never want to show the defense any kind of good look. Lou Dort gets a good look and he tickles the twines.
Not just when he's got the ball in his hands. Get his teammates involved. That's a tough play, and SGA lowers the shoulder, takes the contact. Now he's going to the free throw line.
They get. Take a look at this. He gets hit. He banks
standing tall, affecting that shot.
This has been pretty consistent with that contact around the basket, just allowing it to happen. But this guy here has been pretty consistent.
Hughes tonight, Michael, at the top of the key, trying to distribute that basketball.
Yeah, well, and that's where he's comfortable at.
Cunningham just got rejected by SGA on the help side.
Finishing with the left hand.
Just so impressed at his ability to finish with the left hand as Hartenstein over the top.
Stripped. Check this out, folks. This is nice.
SGA sat a chunk of this third. Gave up his dribble. Tough shot. Fontecchio all over him. And SGA still finds a way to connect from downtown. Crowd really getting into it. The Thunder had a big lead in the second half. SGA wide open. That's a layup line three, and he responds in a big way. SGA once again. Little hesitation. The left hand. What a move by SGA. Spectacular in the fourth quarter.
And he took the contact and finished with the left hand.
Well, he's a big pickup for them, too. They had to give up one of their legends around here as Shea gets on the scoreboard with a mid-range, the full length of the court.
Said he came into last night's game with a scoring mindset. And boy, did it carry over. SGA stops on a dime and sticks it.
That no matter what role he's in, Kenridge is the same player. You know exactly what you're going to get from him, and we have a slew of guys like that, and it gives us a lot of flexibility, and it is a huge advantage for us, guys.
Damian Lillard, Torian Prince on this Bucks team.
SGA maneuvering and sets it up for Hartenstein, who doesn't take the 17-footer instead of driving to the rim, putting pressure where you have to defend him. Hartenstein off the pass from SGA, and he's going to get the bounce as that one goes down. John Horst, the general manager of the Bucks. SGA back in the game, puts it up, and that one's good. SGA, quick response on the other end.
There was nobody there. So both teams trade, turnovers. And how about this? Shea comes with it.
Giannis. Big strides inside. Kuzma on the backside. SGA with a recovery block. Wallace.
How about this? Man, how did Shea come over from the good job to get over the 7-footer in Lopez?
Shea getting downhill, pulls up in the mid-range. That's almost automatic as SGA up to 16.
Well, Brook Lopez not arguing that it didn't go off of him. He's arguing for the foul to no avail. Hartenstein gets to that midi once again and is able to finish in the paint.
Thunder really made them work for their shots, really made them work for their points. Shea got down low. Kuzma trying to defend and cannot. SGA creates too much space on the step back.
Man, he does a good job of feeling the contact.
And it's a 14-point Thunder lead. As SGA looking for a little more, and he's got a little more. Another pull-up in the mid-range.
Wow.
Just the 8th player in NBA history with 20-plus in 60 straight. Isaiah Joe yet again rips the cords from downtown.
That's interesting. You still hit the guy down there, though. That's the thing. You hit him there.
Shea gives up Hartenstein. The high floater, and Hartenstein's got 2 more. SGA, double team, kept the pivot foot down. Nice pass inside in the reverse. Wiggins, the court awareness. Well, that's a beauty.
Well, not only are the Thunder playing hard, but they're playing smart. Shea just drawing so much attention. Picked up his dribble. He's more dangerous.
As SGA is trying to get a little clock off here. Pulls up, and that's good. SGA, 22.
He is just fun to watch.
Shea with Trent defending. Fades away, and SGA, just when you need some points, why don't I get inside?
Man, he rebound the gate. Shea, 2 for $1 here. Look at that, spinning and spinning some more.
Officially here in a 14-point game, SGA just superb on the baseline. Nice way to officially just not giving up anything. Get this extra possession. These kind of possessions that have been stocking up all season long. SGA, tough fadeaway. He makes it look easy. Shoots right over the top of Green for the first points of the night.
These numbers just continue to rise above what he's already scoring at 21 a game. And this guy right here.
And taking the shot there. Instead, it is Simpson. Hartenstein, another rebound. He's been all over the glass here early.
Well, the bigs have done a good job of not fouling the guards while they're driving to the basket. As Shea takes a little.
Green with his first year with the Hornets. Came over from Dallas. SGA, step back three. SGA, nothing but that line.
Before that, they can squeeze him. And then you say, look, all right, I know what he likes to do. Shea likes to drive. Well, not really.
One good defender for another. That's the beauty of what OKC can do. You take out Wallace, you bring in Caruso. Kenrich Williams wasting no time. A sideline three, and he had some shots.
How about this? Look at this. Young players dribbling ball up the floor. Class 101. Watch Shea head up.
Dribble and look at it. Caught that defense off guard.
Well, that's another way of saying it. I think we're both right.
Wiggins from the outside.
Man, having a CP3 in the locker room years ago. What seems like years ago.
Shea made that look a lot easier than it was. He was going left, bounced off the body of Moore. Grain, he's still able to put it up and in. That is just so good.
Yeah, it is.
Double team comes, trying to give it to Kenrich. How about the extra pass? Now Shea's got an opportunity, kicks it out. High catch, high release, and there's the boom from the corner from Jay Will, fresh off that triple-double for the night. Setting up a good shot for a better shot.
Oh, and you know, it's been some good ones so far, folks. And this one here is really nice because you draw in 3 defenders, and it's the guy who just got a triple-double. He's receiving some of the fruits of the labor from the corner.
They played for the team and got a good outcome as a result.
All right, thank you, Patterson. Right out of the timeout, SGA putting his head down, calling his own number. With a nice finger roll at the rim.
That you had last year. When teams are loading up against this guy right here, and he just
what this Thunder team wants to do. One of the reasons why they're the 1 seed for the 2nd consecutive year. That's a bad pass, and there have been some bad ones so far for Charlotte. OKC already with a hefty lead and added to it. SGA now with 13. That's a pretty reverse. Staying in this game thanks to the 3-point shot.
Yeah, that was a contested shot as well.
Shea almost spun into a fender. Instead, he goes the other way and shows the fadeaway. 11 out of 19 from downtown in the game. And SGA once again. Now the step Diamante is not going to slow him down. And seeing the full potency of the 3-point shot right now. With Charlotte getting hot in that 2nd quarter, staying in the game. Thunder, though, still shooting it very well, including Wiggins yet again. Nothing but nylon from the outside.
3-point shooting. Almost like they're playing a game of chicken. Who's going to make the flinch first and slow down? How about this? This is not a slow down. This is Chet Holmgren coming down like a freight train. You usually see them just walking in with their dress on. That's cool, man.
They had a companion.
Oh, that's
very companion.
I'm liking that, man. That's really cool. Thunder with back-to-back threes for the Hornets, but man, he laid that up high off the glass.
With a nice response for OKC coming out of the timeout. You get 2 threes into the drive, and SGA bowls his way to the cup. Ran right through the body of Simpson for the scoop and score. There's a baseline shot, no good.
What was unique about that play, it wasn't a lob. It was like a little drop shot.
Oh, SGA, too much strength. He's spinning his way right through the Charlotte defense. He's got 2 more.
And the Thunder able to run that score back up to where it's at now.
Charlotte still shooting at over 51% from downtown. It's an 18-0 Thunder run as SGA got to the elbow on the left side.
Really nice little touch around the basket. He's athletic. How about that pass there? My goodness. He threaded the needle on that, and Shea had to turn on. The officials don't see it.
Clippers are putting their best defender in Dunn, one of their best defenders on him. Hartenstein off the pass, got by Zubac, and Hartenstein with the power jam to open up the scoring. 41%, and they got a double-digit deficit.
7 double-doubles on the season. The big man in the middle for the Clippers.
Leonard did a good job of shutting off Harden. Hartenstein again off the penetration from SGA, just breaking down that LA defense. Clippers clearly trying to get the ball inside to Zubac. He's got all 6 points. SGA back to Hartenstein. The push shot, and Hartenstein good, showing the touch. Shea, that time got around. Back out to the sideline. It is Dort. He'll fire so far this year from Derrick Jones Jr. Who played last year with Dallas. Jay Will trying to answer back. Another three, and Jay Will here in this first quarter, back-to-back booms.
Well, hand down, man down.
As SGA got around Jones, and how about that move?
Shit, look at this, man. He just goes through 3 guys and goes with a reverse.
Isaiah Joe, Jay Will, and Wiggins. With 3 minutes left to go in the first. More speed. SGA on the blow-by. Got right by a good defender yet again. Usually settles down as Simmons mishandled the basketball, but was able to fend off Kenrich. That time he turned it over. One of the few times this year. SGA with speed down the lane, attacks Harden and scores.
Sometimes you can just see a turnover coming. That's the Thunder's right now MO on scoring buckets. That was a tough defense on Kawhi Leonard.
Shea again using the screen from Jay Will. Multiple defenders on him. Dort slips inside. There's another assist for SGA. Number 6.
They're in transition.
Shea dancing, spinning, bouncing, fading, and scoring. What a move from SGA.
That's a tough kid.
Screen for SGA. Gets the matchup on Bogdanovic. Steps back, no good on the 3. Hartenstein able to get that rebound. SGA on the reload. The second one goes down.
You know what? He's been giving up the assists. That was more like a sky hook.
He went full extension.
Full
right?
extension.
Got it out there, exposed it.
Absolutely, partner.
He's using the range. SGA leans into it. A little bump from Harden. He's going to the line. And he's going to have to do it.
Multiple defenders on him. This time is Harden. Watch he right there. There's that little reach. Man, it just got cold in here. Ooh, somebody close the door.
SGA had it knocked away by Dunn. The pass deflected. SGA able to get it back.
He's so strong, and he gets you in that position that he wants you in.
Shea's going to give it up. Off the catch, it is Dort with the high arcing looping 3 that drops in.
Derrick Jones Jr. is a terrific offensive rebounder. He had to go up and get that. I guess the 3rd time's a charm for that guy. Oh, see right there, that's a foul. Ben Simmons is grabbing Shea away from the basketball. And the official's just looking right at it.
You can see SGA. He was looking at the official wondering,
wow. Plenty of time left in this ball game. See if the Thunder can string together a couple of stops here.
Powell got rejected by SGA, then knocks it out of bounds. This is last touch by Norman Powell, and now
the shot. You know, that right there is just inadvertent contact.
SGA into the paint. Push shot by Hartenstein.
Cato, that was the guy. Cato.
By the way, DeRozan's 3 was changed to a 2 from earlier. There is SGA.
Both sides of the ball. Really almost unmatched in the league right now.
The league leader in scoring, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. No J-Dub. The other Jalen Williams is out for a 7th straight game with a hip strain. There's Dillon. Jones find their opponent last night a minus 33 from the 3-point line against the Celtics. Tonight, OKC has hit 9 of them. Here's SGA with a 2 to the rack, and SGA in double figures with 10.
De la sangre ahora en estos momentos. Sí, lamentablemente eso es lo que se ha diagnosticado por parte de los doctores de los Milwaukee Bucks, donde informaron que Damian.
OKC grabs the rebound, and here comes the Thunder, looking for their 11th straight win on the road. SGA, reverse style. Oh, that's pretty for the MVP frontrunner. Zach LaVine.
You can see in this finish here just the ability to elevate, hang in the air, and what I love about you see a few of these.
SGA. He's got another one. SGA had 8 in the first quarter. Chet working around the screen. 2-man game. Now to SGA. SGA 2 on the timer. SGA spins. SGA wins. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Tell you what, they look like a completely different team, particularly defensively, which has allowed them to get out in transition.
Hendrich Williams to Holmgren. Fortuitous bounce to Chet. Caruso. Finally, the Thunder get one to drop here in the quarter.
And where have they been getting the majority of them? In the corner.
SGA with a thunderous jam.
Hey, on the attack there. Want to try to not allow SGA to get going downhill.
SGA pulls back the 3. He connects. Isaiah Jones down with a loose ball. There's the extra effort. He has been all over the place tonight. SGA, he's got 32. Under 2 minutes to go. Williams rising up, throwing down, forcing Doug Christie to call a timeout.
The Rams just couldn't finish, and SGA with the rebound.
It's a good closeout by J-Dub just to throw him off balance. He's one of those guys who likes to take the 3. And how about a physical drive to the bucket? What you're trying to do over the next 10 games, including tonight.
The emphasis, there will be no coasting as SGA bounces off the defender.
Amazement of Taylor Jenkins that you just saw there.
Desmond Bane's been shooting the ball really well that time. SGA gives it up like he's always willing to do, and one of his favorite targets is Hartenstein. Grizzlies getting a little handsy on those rebounds. As Hartenstein gives the isolation. SGA, that is a tough shot in the mid-range. It's a shot he's been making all season long. To what this OKC team has done over the course of the year on the defensive end as well, as SGA got to his spot, and every single time he can shoot it over Scottie Pippen Jr.
And picked up his dribble and all.
SGA stops, pulls up, and sticks another one in the mid-range, that time over Hunt. And they put Dort on him, and that pass right into the hands of SGA. Up top, SGA passes up the 3 instead, flies in and avoids Hunt. Hangs in the air long enough for the score with the left hand.
Wow, a lot of contact, too.
Joe on the flare out. They love that play, and that time he connects. Grizzlies knocked down 23s. First time in NBA history had 9 players with 2 or more threes. Speaking of threes, there's a boom from Jay Will, who's really been rolling. Couldn't make it 9 after the miss by Aldama. And Shai trying to get the whistle. Does. They're going to count the 2.
Pretty much every single time tonight. And this is his first free throw, and it came on a late whistle. I don't know how he makes it. As he got trapped along that baseline.
Memphis sagging back on the defensive end. Caruso again, no hesitation, and that time he bottoms the 3.
Jaren Jackson Jr. shoots his shot, but very effective.
He can shoot it the other way as well. As SGA, I'm not sure he's missed from that mid-range spot all night. Already 17 here in the first half. You had to go check yourself, see what's for sale. How long? My question is, how long have they been up there for? Any willing buyers? As SGA tries to make his move. Look at the crowd that he sees, and still off balance. Just cutting right through the lane, banks it in.
Tonight.
Shai, little hesitation. Outside, Kenrich, spotted up. Waste no time, just inserting into the game. After the Thunder got off to a 10-0 start, Memphis closed the gap a little bit. SGA on the baseline once again. Look at the high arcer. He loops it up over the backboard, and Edey, that was spectacular.
One of those free throws you're happy it's the first one and not the second one.
SGA, pretty spin move, and that one's gonna go down. SGA got right around Wells initially. It's Dort, almost the same spot, and Lou Dort with some timely threes here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, he's really worked on that shot.
That's Lou Dort for you, Michael. He got off to a slow start. Now he's got the turnover and the steal. Ships it up. SGA scores in transition. 7 seconds. Spins. Fades on the baseline, and SGA. But look at the night of Desmond Bane. 1 out of 12. As SGA's got a steal on the backside. He'll be able to add 2 more to his total as this all of a sudden has turned into an explosion of a run.
Hartenstein will get his blow.
And Rich Williams comes in. SGA looking for his first points and gets his first points.
It's the second time Carlson's done a good job at the rim. Got a block this time, discouraged it. Was able to create a miss.
And SGA, those long strides, stretching out for that layup with the right hand. With 4.5 to go in the first half, SGA sees a crowd outside of Wallace. That's good from the outside. Cason Wallace with the 3.
He's did a good job of not allowing him to get that dribble to improve it. How about this? My goodness. If you're going to double up Shea, keep doing it. And take a look at this. Look at all the dark colored jersey around him. And you don't normally see two. He has certainly earned the respect of a lot of players who said, there's one guy I don't want to play against. It's Lou Dort.
And SGA once again sets him up from the outside as Dort nails it.
Well, there you have it.
There's I'm going to have a big birthday celebration every year no matter what. Oh, nice find. Caruso always under control.
Tough move. Without walking with the basketball.
How about SGA from behind the three-point line, drills it from deep.
We knew that coming into the game, and we did a really good job covering for each other, putting together multiple efforts, really flying around, and he told me that those stops were key to getting good looks in the paint.
Yeah, pulled the chair on him. Lou Dort just got out of the way.
And Dort on the other end, a wide open lane.
Just kind of face guarded him.
Shea turns the corner, drives inside, plus the foul.
Take a look at this, folks. Because he's got an and one when we come back.
Thunder have already put up 39 points here in the third. SGA getting downhill, got to the rim, left it short, follows the shot, and the second effort is good.
It's keeping a big man, Miles Turner, on the bench right now.
Shea spins and scores on the turnaround. 19 points for Dort. SGA looking for a little more, and he's got a little more on the step back 3. Mark Daignault looking for some instruction here on this particular possession. Outside now, Joe trying to get into the three-point, makes and does as Isaiah Joe makes it 5 for 5 from downtown.
And how about a terrific young player? Not only can shoot the 3, but can drive the basketball.
Thunder setting up a ton of in-rhythm threes that time. SGA doing work yet again.
Because moves like this, folks, this is just beautiful. Just poetry in motion, folks. Gets by one defender. He's got a second defender waiting on him. He takes the contact, kisses it off the glass. He's got a chance for an and one.
As Shea matched up on Toppin. Little step back 3 action, and SGA puts it in. Caruso cuts in, takes a little bump and gets the bounce off the back of the rim. And another quick strike by OKC throughout this entire game.
Yeah, everybody stepping up.
There's the exact same play that SGA and Wallace ran in the first half to success.
SGA, take a look at this, folks. You just don't see a guy who scores the basketball looking for his teammates like he does. He's very good at calling his own number here as he gets the trifecta. Obi Toppin looked around it.
Over 40% from 3. This one wide open. SGA this time able to get to the cup and he scores. And there's that porous Chicago defense. As Dort coming off that great game on Saturday. As Shea, all kinds of defenders over him. He kept the dribble alive and SGA works his way underneath.
Check out this superb ball handling skills in tight quarters. And man, just a little bit of a head fake at the end there to get Vucevic like leaning toward him. And then, is that a lollipop? I don't know.
No, it got there at the end.
Okay, it got
there at the end.
Rookie getting the playing time late in the season. He's answering the bell for the Bulls.
Wait for the G League Ignite. There's a nice floater. Hartenstein off the dish. Isaiah Joe wasting no time, and Isaiah Joe from downtown. Just giving the ball up to a wide open shooter like Isaiah Joe, who's over 40%.
Absolutely, and he's done it all season long, and he's done it superbly.
11th pick in this past summer's draft. SGA fires it over to Kenrich Williams. Corner three, and Kenrich downs one up from downtown.
If the guard comes off too quickly, I'm gonna blame it on the guard.
That's what I needed.
But being a big man in this league, I'm blaming it all the time on the guard. Wow, how about this? Couldn't be any more wide open if you're Isaiah Joe serving up his third cup.
Well, the Thunder have been taking advantage on both sides, and there's another three, and that has been a story.
He's fearless when he goes to the basket. He's got a nice three-point shot as well.
Joe once again off of a pass from SGA, and he buries it from deep. And now the Thunder got to get back on defense. Joe trying to catch up to the pass and does. Got enough of the deflection, and now you got numbers. Wallace pulls and hits.
Had a hard time trying to get there tonight. Look at all the traffic around Shea as he just drops it right over the floater and the push shot. Those guys only have that floater. Oh, how about that, man? My goodness. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is showing you everything, every tool he's got in that bag tonight, folks. Nice night tonight because they're trying to take the ball out of his hands. Look at that. Thread the needle. Ucelis got there late. And J-Dub's got an and one.
No risk it, no biscuit on that pass.
Turned 80 a couple of days ago.
Just remarkable, still beloved in New York. Chicago turns it over. SGA, left hand, and it claps in. A completely different season ago, but Chicago had 26. There's more points off turnovers for SGA. But he's a mid-range master like everybody was in the 90s.
Absolutely. And how about that? Once again, spearheading the offense.
Really, since the early possessions of this game with how Chicago has been defending him. That time the ball is on number from the outside. He'll dial up three more.
Then defenses like to know, I want to know what he's going to do when he's got the basketball. Do you know what he's going to do? I don't. That's my point. I mean, he's so unpredictable, and defenders kind of guard you off of, a situation where they know what you're going to do. In this case, I don't even think Shea knows what he's going to do. He's just so creative.
Oh, he's got every option in the book, and he shows another one right there.
How about this, folks? He hadn't had this all night. You talk about, his recognition.
Thunder have led by as many as 43. Bulls don't double that time. Hartenstein, why not? There's another assist for SGA. Number 11, which ties a season high.
He's one of those guys who's just always willing to be out there along with his teammates.
Oh, this time it's SGA. As Mark Daigneault looking for a wholesale substitution at the next time out. J-Dub. Oh, that is pure. And SGA surveys with Harris defending, goes right to the cup, and somehow had enough spin on it despite all the defenders. That's a play that the Thunder really like to run on defenses that overplay. And SGA yet again, almost the exact same play.
In the association, who's number one? The team in blue. As Shea gets on.
Dort had the defense on Hardaway on the other end. Thompson trying to check SGA. Holmgren got run off the three-point line. He'll take it himself right through the seams of Detroit's defense for the jam. You mentioned habits in the game on Monday, Michael, and that's one of those plays that they just do not give up anything. That's part of the Thunder's DNA as Duran got stripped on the way up with Detroit after spending the last 6 years with Dallas. He's been one of those veterans that has come in and really helped this Detroit team. SGA with his former teammate defending.
Can be a streaky shooter, but he's also a really good shooter too, in all fairness.
Dort, same spot, has some space and drills it.
Kenridge been very good. It's Fontecchio's drive, no. And Hartenstein rips away that rebound.
Yeah, that's just an excellent pocket pass. A lot of times those balls can get deflected. Just like that, it got deflected.
Shea's going to beat everybody down the floor off the turnover. Shea created it, and then he was waiting for it. And once he gets the ball, he knows exactly what to do.
Which would be a milestone for them.
Shea sees an opening, and nobody there for Detroit. He'll lay it up and in.
Well, you know, he's like ice, man. He's such a quick shooter.
Shea, all kinds of traffic, even with the help defender of Reed, and he muscles it in.
Yeah. And, you know, the Thunder just kept going there, too.
Oh, SGA, that's what he does best. Those post passes that he likes to front, get those long arms in there. Been a two-way factor. There's another punch away, and another Detroit turnover. It's what the Thunder were doing in the first half. Wallace, what a pretty spin. Kind of a no-look spin, and then off the window.
Met him at the apex. This is good defense, a little old school move there. Didn't pull the chair away, just poked around. There's that move you were talking about, brother.
Here is Chet again. It's SGA. Watch the step back three, and got the step back three. Nothing but nylon. Now Detroit employing that zone. 3 seconds, SGA. Tough fadeaway shot, and SGA on the step back right over Beasley drains it. That has tripled to 42 this year.
Yeah, remarkable. And clearly with a chance to improve upon that, too. As Shea gets to that. That's tough to do on Dennis Schroeder. He's a quick strike guy.
Dort wide open. That's good.
Just tooth to tooth.
Crowd rises here at Paycom. SGA, count it.
So athletic that you think you can block his shot. He'll double pump and get downhill on you.
Hartenstein, quick shot off the pass from SGA.
Ime Udoka has the Rockets at second place in the West, 50-27 coming into tonight's game.
Nice move, SGA got around Van Fleet, then pulls up on that elbow jumper and sticks it.
Absolutely. Shin guns on the floor, you got to do that. Creates more opportunities for you. Wow, my goodness, my goodness. Wow. That's another poetry in motion. 2.0.
And that's on a really good defender, but he can get going.
Yeah, he's a high volume player. He takes a lot of shots and he can make some tough shots.
Speaking of.
Absolutely.
But he doesn't have nearly the efficiency of SGA, especially in the mid-range. As Cason Wallace makes his first appearance, there's the cut. SGA forks it up and in. Coming off the bench for the Rockets. Shea on the run, and he's got two more. Back and forth we go. Kenridge, and he sees a three go down. A rare three here in the first half.
Well, Warriors and Lakers.
Was watching the Memphis-Miami game last night, the Warriors-Lakers game. As Holmgren out of the timeout buries a three.
He kind of gave himself away. He dropped it and he said, somebody come get it. As the Thunder will get some points on the board here, Lou Dort.
Thunder looking for a little bit of momentum. Can they start it there with the defensive end? They get a turnover. SGA drives in and scores.
This is where the Thunder can run and push the pace a little bit, not allow Houston to set up.
Holmgren once again unloads from the outside as he bottoms another three.
And you're not letting him set it up. You can live with that guy taking that shot where he's done damages inside that paint.
Holmgren sidestep three, and that is three number 5 on the night. Chet Holmgren, solid night. Career high 5 threes. Şengün got caught. There's the steal. SGA now trying to push. Bouncing off of bodies.
You just got to hold your ground with him. You know he's going to bring the contact, and he's trying to get to the basket.
Shea with Thompson right on his hip, pulls up, and got that one to go. Thunder shaved down the lead early in the third quarter, only to see Van Fleet start to make a few plays. This is where the Thunder have not capitalized in transition, but they do there as SGA waited for the perfect time to take. Has stunted any kind of momentum that the Thunder have had on 2 different occasions now in the third quarter. We had that layup with the shot clock winding down, had that 3, but SGA, a quick response with a 3 on the other end.
It gets him going, and he's creating points. There's another big screen to get the pressure off of Shea by Hartenstein to Nick's point.
Kind of gave a little fake like he was going one way, went the other.
Well, he shoots flat-footed. That's one of the things right there.
Oh, Hartenstein, little contact on the backside. Thunder have just been what appears to be a step behind throughout the night. Hartenstein got that nice pass from SGA. SGA's been feeding it to him.
I go, okay.
They didn't even pay attention to his arm going to the baseline. Nice pass. SGA once again. It's Hartenstein on the cut.
They have tied for the highest free throw rate of any team, 4th in attempts.
SGA with the spin move on Reeves, and he's going to get the plush bounce.
Such range with his shot. Looks real comfortable. How about Lou Dort returning the favor? You know, he's obviously, the team's going to play the Thunder differently.
And Shea attacks right on Doncic, who didn't provide much resistance.
This attack in the basket.
SGA again pulls up just shy, and he knocks it down right over Hachimura. As he read the defense well, as he went right around LeBron initially.
Yeah, he avoided the swipe too. As LeBron was trying to strip that basketball.
Speaking of a strip.
How about the defense on Doncic by Kendrick? My goodness.
This time from the sideline.
Back-to-back good defense on Doncic.
Shea this time will drive. Stops, create a little space, and then shows the touch. For Doncic coming off a game where he was 11 out of 11 against New Orleans. Nice pass inside. Caruso with the layup. And Shea, a good defender on him. Long rangey defender. SGA with a spin. Got inside, and it finally drops in. Have half their shots made from the outside. Shea again battling. Holmgren, he'll load it up and knock it down. That is an in-rhythm 3 for Chet Holmgren. The Thunder with $1:25 left to go. SGA trying to get some of it back with a 3 and drains it. With the ball in the hands of SGA, not getting any pressure from Reeves. He's going to make his move. Drives, pulls up, and connects.
And if you're the Thunder, you know, these are shots you want to take advantage of from the Lakers. And that's going to be 2 points right there.
Officials have been pretty consistent with that too over the last few years. Drive and kick out the Dort. Had some space for 3, and he's going to get the friendly bounce.
Opportunities are there for the Thunder to continue to cut into that deficit. Well, how about that, man? That's a crafty move by Shea. Stayed low and under control.
SGA spins on Hayes, got underneath, and put enough spin on it. That's a pretty move from SGA. The timeout. 4 minutes and 8 seconds into the third. Thunder still looking for some momentum. SGA, Cason Wallace defending, and Dort is on LeBron. Ball swings down to Reeves. Hard closeout, had the step, looked like SGA, the help defender came over and might have got a piece of that Reeves layup. A guy that every time he shoots it, it's going in. And Shea, every time he shoots it, you think it's going in.
Yeah, that's the hardest working man in basketball.
But that's a shot that he's been relying on a lot over the last couple of years. As Joe got one off the three-point line, SGA had the feed set, drills the 3. Not quite shooting at the same clip in the first half. Here in the second, as Holmgren, and he will line that one up from downtown. Uniform-wise, we got the Lakers with their gold unis as SGA starts off things with a scoring of the 2. As Shea tries to make his move, Holmgren got the flyby from LeBron, loads up and cashes it in from deep. Lakers are still hot. After making a franchise record 22, but SGA this time shows the passing skills, setting it up for Hartenstein on the slam. LeBron got the big body screen, but missed the floater. SGA trying to push, little hesitation, attacking on Reed, goes left hand and scores in transition, and you see a little bit of that speed. Effort, execution, it needed to be better as they got outplayed for the majority of that game on Sunday. And SGA working his way down low yet again, getting below the free throw line. He's got 2 more. To make some fundamental adjustments, Kenrich Williams on the drive on the baseline got all the way to the cup. Couldn't finish it, but Hartenstein trying to distribute. There's the cut from SGA off the trampoline for the jam.
How about this? Just waiting for this play to develop was Hartenstein. That is their total offense right now with that three-point line. And the Thunder continue to be within striking distance.
The Lakers started 10 out of 12 on Sunday. SGA lowers the shoulder, got to his spot, much like the very first shot that he took in this game.
Also, James.
Holmgren gets the plush bounce from the outside.
That's really been something that the Thunder can continue to build on throughout the ball game.
SGA not in the paint, but the step back right over Doncic in rhythm.
Look at all the gold shirts looking at Shea as he's trying to find a way to get inside that painted area.
72 consecutive as he is in illustrious company in that category. There's a block by SGA. There's the defense that you see coming over. Been able to maintain the confidence with all of that shooting from the outside. SGA breaking down the defense. Nobody there to slow him down. Goodwin certainly wasn't going to do it.
Playing solid defense on him too much.
Shea using those screens, steps back straight away, and SGA buries it from downtown, a much-needed 3. What has been a +13 third quarter for LA. SGA sheds one, left hand, and the putback followed his own miss.
A lot of back and forth here.
Vanderbilt trying to stay attached to SGA instead, back out to the perimeter. Caruso bottoms one from deep.
You got it right here.
Shea, Vanderbilt's been on him all night long, wants to step back, and nails the step back. Just that extra ball pressure on James. SGA wants that fade away in the mid-range. Silky smooth for SGA, who once again is approaching 40. Thanks to this 12-3 run. And the ball in the hands of the leading MVP candidate, looking for a little more. Yes, from the